Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
In the middle of the earth, in the land of Shire, lives a brave little hobbit whom we all admire. With his long wooden pipe, fuzzy woolly toes, he lives in a hobbit hole and everybody knows him. Bilbo, Bilbo Baggins, he's only 3 feet tall. Bilbo Baggins, the bravest little hobbit of them all. Hobbits are peace-loving folks, you know. They're never in a hurry and they take things slow. They don't like to travel away from home. They just like to eat and be left alone. But one day Bilbo was asked to go on a big adventure to the caves below to help some dwarves get back their gold that was stolen by a dragon in the days of old. Bilbo Baggins is only 3 feet tall. Bilbo Baggins, the bravest little hobbit of them all. Well, he fought with the goblins. He battled a troll. He riddled with Gollum. A magic ring he stole. He was chased by wolves, lost in the forest, escaped in a barrel from the Elf King's halls. Bilbo Baggins, the bravest little hobbit of them all. Now he's back in his home in the land of Shire, that brave little hobbit whom we all admire, just sitting on a treasure of silver and gold, puffing on his pipe in his hobbit hole. Bilbo Baggins, he's only 3 feet tall. Bilbo Baggins, the bravest little hobbit of them all. Bilbo Baggins.
Now, that, of course, why does it sound awful in here? Why does it... We've got the microphone the wrong way around. There we go. That'll do it. Whoa! Didn't turn my microphone round, did I? There we go, dear listener. Let's kick off and celebrate the magic of Leonard Nimoy. Now. There is a brilliant... I'm losing my voice, by the way, guys. And I've got a bit of a cold. So tonight could be hard work for both of us. 0344 499 1000. Tonight we're going to do a nice fun show. We'll have a laugh because it's been a bit of a heavy week. So we're going to have a laugh and stuff. There is a film that I've been waiting to see for a while. I saw a trailer for it, I guess, earlier in the year, And it's about Leonard Nimoy for the Love of Spock. And it's made by Leonard Nimoy's son, Adam Nimoy. And I was at home today and I was pottering around. I had nothing to do. I thought, I'll see if they've updated Netflix. I'll see if there's anything extra, anything new on Netflix, and I'll have a little look at that. And I turned it on, boom, The Love of Spock came up. I was gone. That was it. I'm out. I checked out for 2 hours. And I watched it. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, just superb. I'm tempted to get the DVD because there's loads of extras on there. Just made by his son, right? And it is such a labour of love that, you know, what a great thing to give to his dad. And it's the story of Leonard Nimoy, and it's the story of Spock, but it's also the story of a father and a son. And a father and a son who, I think it's fair to say, didn't really get on very well for a lot of the time. Both of them had dependency issues. Turns out, I didn't know Leonard Nimoy was a boozer. Yeah, he was a big boozer. And Adam has his own kind of... they don't go into massive details about what goes on, but there's a lot of times in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and the 21st century when they're not talking to each other. And so the fact he's made this film for his dad, who they started it together, and then his dad died, of course. And it's absolutely stunning. Just stunning. Anyway, we can talk about it a bit tonight, but I tweeted Adam Nimoy earlier on today asking if he'd come on the show. And literally 5 minutes before the show, I got an email from him saying, yeah, when do you want to do it? Beautiful. So next week, guys, hopefully, if we can do it, we can find the time before Christmas. If he can find the time before Christmas, we'll get Adam Nimoy on. It's just such a good story. And it's told brilliant. And Leonard Nimoy is, just a fascinating character. And they show scenes from Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home, which is probably one of the greatest films of all time. Certainly one of the greatest time travel movies of all time. We'd have to say that. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you're more than welcome. I had things, I had ideas, I had plans for tonight, but do you know what? Let's junk them, and let's just see what happens. Let's just see what you want to talk about. It's a weird kind of time, isn't it? I suppose for some of you today might have been the last day of school or the last day of work. Or maybe you're working next week. It's weird because it's Christmas on Sunday. Christmas Day is Sunday, isn't it? So I always feel a little bit cheated when Christmas Day is on a Saturday or Sunday, because it's like, well, I wouldn't be doing nothing on a Saturday or Sunday anyway. So I feel a little bit cheated. So it's a weird kind of time, and it's the first Christmas for us here at Talk Radio, and I don't know, and it's been a stressful week. You know, I've kind of made you work hard this week as listeners. So I'm going to sit here tonight. Any ideas I had, we're going to just chuck out the window. I've got some bits and pieces from the newspapers that I can talk about if the conversation runs a bit dry. My voice is going a little bit, and I do that thing because I don't have a sphincter in my mouth. This is true. I can't belch. And when I get a sore throat, I get really gassy. So it's very uncomfortable for me to speak because I'm constantly swallowing massive gulpfuls of air. So, you know, I've got my sights lowered for tonight's show. We'll just see how we get on. Shall we? We'll do straight to air after midnight. And if it doesn't work, I think we'll knock it on the head. We might do it from time to time as a special, as a one-off. But if it doesn't work tonight, I think we'll knock it on the head because maybe it's of its time. You know, in the 90s, early 21st century, it kind of fitted. But everyone has got an outlet where they can go and make a tit of themselves for 90 seconds or 3 minutes or whatever. And so phoning up a radio station isn't what it once was. With all of that in mind, 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Let's go to Hassan. Evening, Hassan.
Evening, Iain.
Evening, Hassan.
No, Iain, I'm very sick, so if I hang up, don't take it personally.
Oh.
But I had to call in tonight.
When you say sick, do you mean you're going to throw up?
Oh, mate, I've had everything. Temperature, throwing up, the cough, the flu, everything.
What the hell is wrong with you, Hassan? I think I got it. I think I got it from you via osmosis. Do you know osmosis? Do you know that guy?
No.
No, okay. Well, maybe I didn't get it via osmosis then.
No, I don't think you did. I got it from my parents who came back from Saudi Arabia, so I blame them.
Your parents really have screwed you up, haven't
they? Yeah. Iain.
Yes, Hassan.
I had to call because what an incredible week. This week, I've hated you, loved you, not liked you, and I thought, he's okay, actually.
Oh.
Because after that Brexit show, even though the puns that you had, I was convinced that you're a bit of a knob.
Why? Listen, I want the choice as to whether I eat a Sharia burger or a Christian burger. That's my choice.
As long as you're not, as long as you're not a Muslim, you're okay, mate.
I did feel a little. I felt more than a little. I felt very dirty doing that show. I felt very, very dirty.
Well, I was tricked by it. I'll be bluntly honest. I couldn't work you out. Having listened to you for years, I thought, this is a new bloke.
Yeah.
Catherine's pressed the button on him and he's gone. He's flipped. Or he's being paid an incredible amount of money to change his tact.
Imagine if the past 12 years of broadcasting had been a long con, where really I had been a right-wing, racist, reactionary, and it was all building up to that show to lure everyone in, thinking I was a lefty, hippie, so-and-so, just so I could smack you all in the gut with that. What's interesting is lots of people got very upset, and by lots of people, I mean some regular listeners to the show got very angry, and they've stopped listening to the show. Even though some of them got what I was doing and some of them didn't get what I was doing. Lots of people on Twitter have got... Can we turn this screen off? Because this screen's going to give me a migraine. Lots of people on Twitter got very angry. Other presenters have got very angry with me.
Oh, really?
And I'm not quite sure why. I'm not quite sure what I've done to make everybody... You know, I'm glad that people have had a reaction. I'm glad you had a reaction to it. But,
yeah.
You know, anyway, it is what it is. I'm pleased with it.
The thing is, we all make mistakes, but you only had to listen from 12 to 1 a.m. last night to realise what a cracking bloke you are, because that was powerful radio with Manny and the rest of them last night. Well, I've spoken to you before about my blindness, depression, etc. That was powerful radio, and you're such a helpful bloke. Well, I'm not sucking up to you. I don't want a job at. Well, not yet. Well,
listen, I'm also a bit of a knob, Hassan. I'm quite a bit of a knob, and I'm an idiot, and I get loads of things wrong, and I'm constantly getting loads of things wrong, Hassan. At the moment, I am getting my life spectacularly wrong. Right? It's completely all over the shop. So I'm not a great bloke. I'm all right at doing this job. I'm pretty good at doing this job, I think.
You are.
It's the one thing I'm good at. The rest of it is all going to cock. But there you go.
Mate, I wish you the best of luck with it. But one of the things I wanted to discuss with you before I get cut off is Amir Khan.
Oh,
the story that you closed off with last night. This is interesting.
I'm fascinated, and I shouldn't be. It's terrible. It's the worst kind of rubbernecking. And I don't know any of the people involved in the story, but I'm fascinated by it.
It's all allegedly, obviously, but my word, it's. I mean, I've seen every interviews on the Asian channels now. So
he's a boxer. He's got a wife who's a model. They're millionaires, and apparently, his family don't like her.
Yeah, so she's been bullied for the last 3 years. She was divorced allegedly. She was told to divorce. Amir Khan was told to divorce her while she was 9 months pregnant, but he refused. She's also allegedly been hit by the sister of Amir Khan.
Well, have you seen the front page of the Star today?
No, I haven't. No.
Apparently, they're getting their own TV show. Which makes me the front page of the Star. Keeping up with the Khans. Boxer Amir Khan and his family are tipped to star in their own Kardashian-style reality show after their explosive war of words has kept fans gripped. Which does make me wonder whether everything that's happened over the past couple of weeks...
We've been pulled in by,
it has been a wonderful... whether they're doing what I did on Tuesday. They're doing a wonderful little bit of pantomime, a lovely little bit of theatre, so that we all get hooked in, so that when that series starts on the E channel or Channel 5 or wherever it may be, we all go, oh, this will be good. I'd like to see this, and we all tune into it.
Oh, yeah, you're right, but being an Asian, being a Pakistani, I will tell you now, this is also normal.
Oh, really?
This happens in every other house, I believe. People could shoot me down, but believe me, I've seen it way too many times. I've had a few issues like that in my own family, where a guy came round to wipe the whole family out in Pakistan because he was in love with my auntie.
When you say wipe them out, what do you mean? He had a gun and stuff?
Right, okay, mate. Well, here we go. So he fancied my auntie, and my auntie was obviously married. Yeah. He wasn't having it. So one night around 3 a.m, he came round with silencers, injections, etc., to wipe the whole family out. I kid you not, I promise. He had a fight with the driver for 15 minutes or so. He managed to knock the gun out of his hand, and cut long story short, he was beaten up, and they found loads of guns and stuff in his bag, and we was put away for 25 years.
There's a lot of beating up in Pakistan. When I worked over there years and years ago for 3 months, there was we were working on a film, and we were in Karachi for 2.5 months, and then we went to Lahore for 2 weeks, and then back to Karachi, something like that. And there was a Pakistani fella, who was in charge. He had all the flights, all the tickets. He had the money for the tickets. For the flight, the internal flight to Lahore. And he was like, don't worry, I'll get you the best deal on the flights to Lahore, right? Yeah. And then about a week before we were supposed to go to Lahore, he vanished. He disappeared, right, with all this money for the flights. And everyone's going, right, well, he's done a runner. The next time I saw him was the day before we flew out. Suddenly our tickets had all reappeared, and he was, he had 2 black eyes, he was all I think he had his arm in a sling. They had knocked the crap out of him to get the money back, so they, and then some, so they could get the tickets. Incredible!
Oh, they don't care. Even the policemen, they carry those sticks around and they'll whoop anyone.
I've seen them. I've seen them do it. What are they called? Latties?
Latties, yeah.
And it's like a hollow stick, so it's a bit of bamboo, isn't it?
Yeah, I've been whipped by one of those when I was 5.
I saw him do it when we were filming out in the streets, and people would want to come and see a film being made and stuff. And the police would just beat the crap out of them if they got too close, literally just whipping them. And I was going to my dad, my dad's going, this is terrible. We've got to do something. He said, son, we ain't doing nothing. Get in the van, we're going. And we just.
Is that what you were doing in Pakistan then, filming?
Yeah.
You were there, because I never knew.
I was working, this is before I was in telly, and I was doing the props on a film called Jinnah, about Jinnah, starring Christopher Lee. And it's a terrible film, but if you ever watch it, if you're ever unfortunate enough to watch it, there are scenes when Christopher Lee, there'll be 2 Jinnahs, right? There'll be Christopher Lee, like in the foreground, and then there'll be, because he's dead. And then there's like another Jinnah in the background. I'm the other Jinnah.
No way.
Yeah, wait. Well, you won't be able to see it because you're blind, of course. So you have to just get someone.
I'll get it audio described. I'm going to download that tomorrow.
Well, I mean, it's terrible. It's a stinker. But I don't say anything. But I'm in the background as the other Jinnah.
Oh, fascinating. Oh,
and
mate.
We got death threats every single day we were in that country. Every single day. The front page of the Pakistan International News, whatever the paper was called, we'd have death threats. Death threats on the front page of the papers.
I get them living in Wandsworth, don't you worry about it.
Well, there you go, you see, Hassan. And now we mentioned cutting you off, and now it has to happen. 0344 499 1000. Russell and Alan, stay there. Come to you after this.
Late night conversation worth losing sleep over. Iain Lee.
On air and off the leash.
On Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Evening, Alan.
Hip, 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 there.
Hip, 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 Alan. What you got for us?
Well, I want to talk pantomimes.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, yes, I do.
There we go.
I'm going to a pantomime Monday.
Who are you going to see?
I'm going to see Dick Whittington at the Birmingham Hippodrome.
And what stars have they got in that?
John Bowman.
Oh, yeah.
Phil Mitchell from EastEnders.
Oh, yeah.
Jodie Prenger. And the Crankies.
Oh, that's quite... I don't know who Jodie Prenger is.
She won a reality TV show to play Nancy and Oliver.
Oh, gosh. Well, that's a good lineup, isn't it?
Yeah. Fun dabby dozy, as they say.
Yes, I'm going to see one the week after Christmas.
What, with the boys?
No, just on my own for a laugh. And it's got... Who's in it? Timmy Mallet.
Yeah.
Jason Gardiner.
Jason Gardiner from Dancing on Ice.
Yeah, I like him. It might have Anthea Turner in it.
Oh, I've seen Anthea Turner for years.
Yeah. It might have her. And I think that's it.
Which panto is it?
Jack and the Beanstalk, I think.
Oh, that's a good classic panto.
Yeah, well, they're all good classic. But the thing is, I mean, all pantos are a little bit crap.
Would you take the boys to a panto?
No, I just want to go on my own for a laugh.
No, you should take the boys to a panto.
No, what, do you think they'd like it?
Yeah, yeah.
What? All that shouting and stuff?
And when they're a bit older, they might understand this.
Yeah, well, and you might understand it as well.
Well, I've never been to a panto before in my life, so this will be the first time for me.
Have you never been to a pantomime?
Never.
Flipping it! Who are you going with?
On my own.
Oh, we should have gone together.
Yeah, because it's very expensive for a panto in Birmingham.
It's very... How much did your tickets cost?
45 quid.
Oh, flipping it. I've got seats. I'm going with my kids, Alan. I was winding you up. Of course
I knew you were going with
the
boys.
Go. And I always book the pantomime too late, so I always miss out on the rubbish seats, right? So I've got the cheap seats, and for the four of us in the cheap seats, it's about 120 quid. That's in the rubbish seats. I did make the mistake a couple of years ago of going to the pantomime too late in the run.
Yeah.
Because they do the panto into, like, the first week of the new year.
Yeah.
And I made the mistake of going to the panto, it was like the second from last day. So it was like January the 5th or something. And the theatre was only a third full. There was no atmosphere. I felt responsible so I was making loads of noise so that there would be a bit of atmosphere.
Right.
For the actors. And it's all jokes about Christmas. And by the time you get to January the 5th, you're sick of Christmas. It's not Christmas. You're looking forward now to summer.
It's the new year.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Well, I'm going on the opening day.
Oh, that'll be good. Yeah, it'll be good.
And with the kids breaking up from school today, there's bound to be loads of atmosphere there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they'll be good. And the hippodromes... Hello?
Just a Twitter message on my mobile.
Okie dokie. From a young lady?
No, it's someone following me.
Oh, is it a young lady following you?
No, it looks like a man. Mark D. Sheeran.
Well, they look... Mark D. Sheeran? Isn't that Ed Sheeran's brother?
I don't know.
I think that's Ed. Mark D. Sheeran's is Ed D. Sheeran's brother.
Well, he wrote Matt Terry's single.
Yeah, maybe.
Got to number 3 in the chart today.
Oh, good for him. I don't like Ed Sheeran's music, but I bet he's a nice bloke.
The question is, will he be Christmas number 1 next week? I think he'll be Terry Wogan.
Does Christmas number 1 count anymore?
Well, it depends if it's not X Factor. I think it might be either Terry Wogan or James Corden.
Oh, with the song from the advert?
Yeah.
Oh, flip it. How's the Joe Cox song doing?
I don't know. It hasn't been released yet. It'll be released today.
Okay.
We'll find out the chart next Friday.
Because I was reading about that, because that's Steve Harley, isn't it, that's done that? Steve Harley from Cockney Rebel, who did one of the most perfect pop songs of all time.
Make me smile, come up and see me?
Make me smile. No, Mr. Soft. Mr. Soft.
I thought Come Up and See Me, Make Me Smile was the best one.
Oh, no, you're right, actually. That was better than Mr. Soft. But it's strange, because I'm fascinated by Steve Harley and Cockney Rebel, because I'm not, actually.
Well, Cliff Richard's got a new single out.
Oh, God. Is that what it's called? Oh, God.
No, it's called It's Better to Dream, the Christmas version.
Yeah, it's better to dream than be investigated publicly by the BBC. Yours, Cliff Richard.
I don't think you're going to get any money for that.
Well, who knows? Who knows? He's not done nothing, and I don't know, Alan. I'm struggling a bit tonight, Alan.
We're padding for time.
No, well, I mean, I've got Eben, I've got Angela, I've got Russell. They're all queued up, ready to go.
What about Kath and Ede?
Yeah?
What about Kath and Ede?
They're there. We
need to get them in the studio early.
Yes. OK, I'm going to cut you off, Alan, because you weren't listening. I'm just feeling a little bit Flattington. I've got the start of this cold. You see, I'm sweating, and I've got a bit of a headache. Long day tomorrow. Good day tomorrow, because we're going to go see the new Star Wars movie. I might take the boys to that. We're going to go and see the new Star Wars movie. And then they're going to Sweden very early Sunday morning, so I shall be probably spending all Sunday playing video games, maybe. I don't know. Might have to test out their new Lego Marvel game that I got them, that Nanny Linda's got them. We'll see. 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. Russell, then Angela, then Eben. We'll come to you after this.
Uncut after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation. Late night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Have we had any further communication with Mr. Adam Nimoy? Has he sent well, I replied to him. I get the feeling that Leonard Nimoy's son, Adam, is not particularly technologically versed, because I sent him a tweet when as I was getting towards the end of the film. And he replied with a blank... I sent him a tweet saying, loving the film, Adam. Would you want to come on the show and talk about it? And he replied with a blank tweet. So I replied, I'm going to take that blank tweet as a maybe. And then he sent me an email several hours later saying, yep, love to. When? Honestly, that film it's just so joyful. And he don't half look like his dad. He's not got the same ears. But honestly, there's a couple of shots where you see him sort of just sat there watching an interview taking place, and you go, flipping heck, he don't half look like his dad. His dad got angry with him because he became a deadhead. You know, deadheads who followed the Grateful Dead around and get stoned? His dad got angry with him because of that. Oh, dearie me. Let's go to Russell.
Hey, how are you?
I've got a cold, Russell, so I'm feeling a little bit flat.
Well, I'm feeling great.
Oh, what's happened to you, Russell?
I've been in a hotel since Thursday.
Why have you been in a hotel? Do you mean a hotel or a prison?
Hotel.
A hotel? Why have you been in a hotel since Thursday?
I just want to get away from my town and be alone. Meet new people. Went out last night. I met over 200 people who will remember me for the rest of their lives.
Why? Did you drop your trousers in front of them? Is that what you did?
No.
How do you meet 200 people in one night?
Because it's a big city, and I have an effect on people.
Yeah.
I become a legend instantly.
Wow. Well, so what did you just go up to random people in the town then?
No, it's in a nightclub. I just go around flirting.
Oh, God.
I lost my number. Can I have yours?
Hey, Russell! So how did that play out for you?
Not good. Well, she ended up speaking about it for the whole night.
Yes.
So
yeah.
We were talking through the whole night, and that's so.
Wow.
I met a girl.
Yes.
But she's known by police.
I can hear Kath laughing through the 4 sheets of soundproof glass. She's known by police.
Yeah, and she loves me.
Why is she known by police? I have
no idea.
Is it the good knowledge or the bad knowledge?
Bad knowledge.
Hey. So what, is she a murderer? Let's work backwards.
So
is she a murderer?
No.
Drug dealer?
Probably.
Oh! Stop the clock!
I have to stay away from the one woman that loves me.
Well, is she a sex criminal?
No.
Okay, well, never mind. So, but she sells drugs, does she? So you met...
Yeah.
Was she sexy?
No.
Okay.
No, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. It's what's in the mind, and what's also in that rap as well. So you met an ugly female duckling drug dealer.
Yeah.
This is the most brilliant. Oh man, I'd love to see you two run away and get married.
Have babies.
Well,
but she has 7 kids already.
How many?
7.
Gosh, so she knows what to do then.
Yeah.
She knows.
I don't. So I ran away from her.
Oh. Why?
My brother is a policeman, and he knows her. So he told me to stay away from her. The one woman that actually loves me.
You, yeah. And your brother. Why did you listen to your brother's advice?
Because I love my brother, and I know he'd give me the best advice.
So did you take your brother out with you?
No, I told him about her.
Right. So
and
yeah,
he told me she's known to police.
Yes, for drugs.
And yeah,
wowzers. Yeah,
so
really...
he said, "Stay away from her." And what can I do?
But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Quite often, when we fall in love with people, with ugly drug dealers, people around us tell us to stay away, and they say, "Oh, we've got your best interests at heart. You should stay away." But Russell, you can't tell the heart to stay away. You cannot control the heart with the brain.
No. It's like, I've known her for 2 days, and she wants me to go to a hotel with her.
Yeah?
I don't want to.
Where do you want to go? An alley? Where do you want to go with her?
No, it's for 2 days. I want to go see a movie.
Oh.
Eat something with her.
Well, maybe she wants to eat something with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Huh?
Yeah.
You old romantic, Russell.
I am.
You are an old romantic.
I've never seen Star Wars.
So?
Ever. You said you were going to see Star Wars.
I'm going to go see the new Star Wars tomorrow, yes.
I've never been to see a single Star Wars.
Why don't you invite her to see Star Wars with you? And then do the popcorn trick?
I don't believe in all that.
Yeah, it's not a true story, Russell. It's a made up film. I don't believe in Darth Vader.
Yeah, but that wouldn't interest me.
Okay.
I'm more of a Adam Sandler type of guy.
Yeah.
I'm a ninny hammer.
You could. Why don't you invite her to see the new Adam Sandler film?
Okay.
And do the popcorn trick on her.
But what if she has a...
What if she what?
What if she has a...
Well, you know how to do the popcorn trick, yeah?
No. I've never been in that situation around a girl to do that.
Right, so you get a big...
I've heard about it. Put a hole in it, and
put a hole in it. Yeah, and so you've got to put a hole in it, and very carefully, you know.
No.
And then she goes. She reaches for the popcorn. And I end up being burned by the salt that's in the popcorn. Yeah, that's true, actually, yeah. It will be extra salty, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
In that case, don't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
I'm heading out tonight to a nightclub.
Yeah.
Again. Because I won money today. God gave me what I gave to someone else. I gave a homeless person some hot chocolate today. I went to the bookies, I did a bet, and I won €40.
Oh, well, good for you. Oh, really? Good for you.
So that's God giving me for giving someone else.
But hang on, you only gave him a bar of chocolate?
No, I gave him a hot chocolate.
Oh,
he was
hot
homeless.
chocolate. Oh. I'm allergic to hot chocolate.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I'm allergic to it.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's terrible. Well, so you're going to go to a nightclub tonight. Don't get arrested or beaten up, will you, Russell?
I won't. I swear down. And a happy Christmas to you, your listeners,
Merry Christmas.
and
Merry
your
Christmas.
backup staff and everyone there.
Don't wish my backup staff a Merry Christmas, because I'm not in the best of mood with those guys.
Okay.
They're annoying me a little bit.
And all the guys on Periscope, happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. And a Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. It's a real bugbear of mine. It's Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, okay? Excellent. Backup staff, you ready? We're going to go to a break? Now.
The radio show for people who know the best part of the day is the night.
Late Night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Periscope is on for the first time, I think, this week. Periscope.com/ No, is that it? Periscope.com/ Iain Lee. Is that how it works? .tv? That's it. Periscope.tv. As I was saying, I thought there's something not quite right there. But Angela.
Evening, Ian. How are you today?
I've got a cold starting.
Same here. I've got a chest infection.
Oh. Is it? Do you work, Angela?
No, I'm disabled now.
Oh, well, disabled people can still work. They can collect trolleys in supermarkets.
Physically, I can't at the minute.
Okay.
But I used to work nights for about 9 years. I did 9 years.
Kath's angry with me. It's a Catherine, it was a joke. I'm talking to someone who's disabled. Disabled people. My mum worked when she was disabled for a long time. The thing is, you make a joke. You can't say anything these days.
I take it. It just rides over.
Well,
yeah.
Kath's looking at me. Yeah, okay. Well, again, maybe we'll put you in touch with our last caller. Now, it was a joke. If anyone was offended, I'm sorry, of course. I think I've got this cold because I've got one more week and then I'm off. I've got a holiday, I've got a week off, and my body, when I know that I've got time off, my body kind of relaxes a little bit, and I get ill. Normally, just before every time I have a little holiday, I get ill. So, thanks a lot, God. Anyway,
you know your last few night shows, I thought they were very good, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much.
And why I didn't ring in, you gave us some specific instructions.
Yeah.
Now, you said something about listening. You said something, and you flipped because I understand why you flipped, because this world does not listen enough. Don't you agree?
I'm a little bit confused as to what you're what are you talking about?
One of these shows, because you said listen, guys, you had some specific instructions. I can't remember what it was now, and then you just. Someone said it to you, and you flipped a little bit, and I thought, well, I can understand why you did that, because no one listened.
Well, no one. Well, this is the thing, Angela. Yeah. I'm glad you're listening and paying attention, because no one else is.
I paid attention, all right, because
what were my specific instructions?
You said something about long lives. I can't remember what it was, but 2 nights ago, because my partner came in and he listened to you, because he said, "Are you doing him up to make sure he's all right?" I said, "You can handle it."
I can handle it.
Yeah, but he was very worried about you. But I can understand why you did what you
It wasn't the mean show I did on Tuesday, was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know, I was writing everything down in a note, but I was this point, that point.
Whatever you wrote down from Tuesday's show, chuck it in the bin.
Yeah,
that's my specific instruction tonight.
Yeah,
chuck it in the bin, because pretty much everything I said on Tuesday goes against everything I believe and feel. There was, apart from when the bloke phoned up to tell me how to do my job, that bit I meant when I had a go at him. I meant that.
Yeah, but you did say specific instructions. Because it's like being at college, isn't it, or at school, and they give you specific instructions, and if you don't do them, they gotta kind of tell you off, ain't they?
They do that. Is that brilliant? Did you ever get that? There was a test, right, where you had to follow the specific instructions, right? And at the start of the test, the teacher would say, read before you answer any questions. Read every question. There's 20 questions, right? It's on both sides of the paper. Before you answer any questions. Read the entire thing. And, of course, all the cocky kids would go, yeah, whatever. And they'd steam in. Question 1, blah, 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 they'd answer it. Question 2, blah, 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 they'd answer it. Question 3, what's a tough one? And, like, an hour later, they'd be like, they get to the last question. And you know what the last question was? Question 20?
Go back to question 1.
No. Ignore all of the previous questions. Do not answer any of the questions on this sheet of paper. So you get all the kids that are, like, headstrong would, like, an hour later they get to that and go, no. And all the kids that were bumlicks and follow the specific instructions, they'd be finished in 30 seconds because they'd read and go, all right, yeah, finished. Boom. Boom. I think that happened to me, or maybe I just dreamt it or saw it in a film.
Yeah, it probably has happened in schools or colleges. I've had that before.
If I was a teacher, I would mess with the kids' heads. I would mess with the kids' heads. That sentence definitely finishes on heads. And I mean, when I say mess with their heads, I mean, I'd F them up. I'd F them up in the mind. Totally. Hey, that reminds me. Oh, God. I'm doing some teaching next year, Angela. I am. I'm going to F them. I'm going to F them up in their head.
Really? What are you going to teach?
Medicine. No, I'm at the University of... Where was that one we went to and we met? Gloucester. The University of Gloucester, Angela. Get this. Get this, trolls. Get this, idiots having a go at me on the internet. The University of Gloucester, they do a degree in, like, media studies and radio. It's a Mickey Mouse degree. I am teaching... Go on.
Sorry, you carry on, love.
Okay. I am teaching a module on speech radio. I say a module. I've got 2 sessions, one in January and one in March. But I get to set them, like, work. I get to set them work. And do you know what work I'm going to get them to do?
What?
Come in here and make me a cup of tea. That's what I'm going to do. Each night I'm going to have a different student in. And the thing is, and here's the thing, right? I strongly, so it's a university, I strongly disagree with members of staff. One of the things that really annoys me, Angela, is when members of staff... do you remember that teacher that ran off with that girl? That was messed up, wasn't it? It was messed up. That stuff really makes me puke. I just think it's awful. Awful abuse of power. But these are university age, and I'm only teaching 2 modules, 2 days. So if they fall in love with me and they want to increase their grade, then I don't see it. I don't actually have a problem with that, Angela.
You don't? No, I can't see you doing it anyway.
No, I won't do that. No. But I'm very excited. I get to go and I get to go and teach and give a lecture. I'm going to give a lecture. Their homework will be to listen to good radio, like me, and rubbish radio, like, and compare and contrast. That's what I'm going to get them to do, Angela.
I did a media link course on the radio once, and I read the weather out too on the wireless.
Oh, did you? Do the weather now. Go
on. Tonight it's cloudy and it's foggy outside, and it's choking me with my asthma.
Did you say it's froggy outside?
Yeah, I'm in Coventry and it's really foggy.
Froggy?
Yeah.
You saying froggy?
Foggy.
Oh, foggy. Foggy. I think you said froggy.
Yeah, I've got a frog in the throat.
Yeah, well, you got the chest infection, Angela. How are you treating yourself? Putting Vicks on? You got a bit of Vicks?
The doctor gave these tablets, for antibiotics, and I got a really bad ear infection on my right ear.
Uh-oh.
It's full of eczema as well, but he said he might send me to a specialist for my ear.
Oh, God. Well, I wish you the best of luck with your eczema ear. Yep. Hot honey and lemon is what I'm drinking. I've got some ginger as well. I'll have some hot ginger tomorrow. I'm going to go... I don't know if I'm going to get to go for a steam tomorrow, but I'm definitely going to go for a steam on Sunday, because steams are good to help bring all that stuff out.
Yeah, I make a nice cup of tea, by the way, if I was doing a course at college or uni.
Well, there you go. I won't. I will. Let me just clarify, for the sake of any legal minds listening, I will not be getting them to make me cups of tea, and I will not be encouraging them to fall in love with me.
No, I can't see you
but no, I'm looking forward to it. I get to go and talk to them and set them tasks, and I am debating whether I do... Thank Angela, listen, I'm going to let you go. Thank you very much. I am debating whether I do, like, strict task, like, you've got to make me 30 minutes of radio, or whether I do, like, a hippie task and say, OK, between now and the next time I see you in 8 weeks' time, I want you to live radio. Peace out. I might do something like that. And also it means it's easier for me, because I haven't got to do any marking or anything. I can mark them. You're not allowed to give them crap marks now because they're customers, aren't they? That's it. They're paying 9,000 quid a pop. 9,000 quid a pop to talk to me. Hey, that's a thought. Eben!
Hello, Ian.
Eben, whenever we come to you, there's always a little a little something going on. And I get the idea you're either doing up your trousers or you're pushing someone back into a wooden box and sitting on the lid so they can't be heard. Am I even close with those things?
No, yeah.
Okay, that's
fine. I was actually watching a tutorial on how to do a Deliveroo.
Oh, yeah, of course. When do you start your... How to do a Deliveroo? When do you start your Deliveroo experience?
I've done my taster session today.
How much did that cost you?
Free.
Aye, that's something. Okay.
And then I'm starting Tuesday or something, and I've asked if I could do the later nights, because then I can have the day free.
Oh, brilliant. Well, are you excited?
Yeah, very excited, and a bit nervous about finding the location and the rough areas in Swansea.
Yeah, you might... What is... Are you allowed to carry a pair of nunchuckers with you? Or any weaponry at all?
I'm tempted to do like my Swiss Army knife and...
Yeah. Stab them.
Yeah.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that, Eben. I really, really hope it doesn't come to the point where you have to stab someone when you're doing your Deliveroo job. I'm sure it won't, but I wish you the very best. Hey, we met, for those who don't know, we met Eben. And we met his dad, who's called Nick Owen, on Sunday. And we really worked on your dad, Eben. We really worked on him, because for those who remember, Eben is worried that he won't be able to afford his car insurance. And he said, can you help, please, Iain and Kath, please, you're my last hope. Can you butter my dad up so that he pays half of the insurance? And I think we did a good job. Has any conversation happened since that evening, Eben?
He's been rather quiet about anything around cars and...
Mate, you're in there, because when we asked him, would he pay half of it, he said, I was expecting to pay more.
Yeah.
Mate, he's totally going to pay all of the insurance.
He's been talking more about bicycles recently.
Ah, well...
And he's been like buying me little treats for the bike, like a little indication of getting me into cycling more than driving.
Yeah, mate, listen, he's a dad, right? I'm a dad. And if my boys wanted a car, I would try and get them to buy bikes and do bikes and all of that rubbish. But deep down, I would move heaven and earth so that they had a crappy car, like really rubbish. Your first car should be rubbish, but I would I would pay their insurance. Eben, he's totally going to pay. If he doesn't, right, if on Christmas morning you come down and there's just a nice bike, Get him. Just message me on Twitter his phone number, and I'll give him a call, because I'm not having that, man.
I've kind of already had my Christmas present.
Oh, what was that?
The full Photoshop suite, like Adobe Premiere Pro, Photoshop, InDesign, and everything.
Oh, well, that's all very nice, isn't it? That's a bit swank, a little bit Hillary.
But Photoshop don't do the buying outright anymore. They do pay monthly.
Oh, you got to lease it.
Yeah,
that's not a con, is it? That's what. If I buy a computer program, I want to have the computer program forever. Outrageous. Go on. I sense there's something on your mind.
Actually, phoned up to see if you could, let's say, do an interview maybe one day with Dweezil Zappa, because he's actually started up a pledge on pledge music.
Mate, Dweezil Zappa, Frank Zappa's son. I've been trying to get him for the last couple of weeks or so. And I've tweeted him and he's ignored it, and I've tweeted him and he's ignored it. So he's on the list, Eben. He's definitely on the list, because he's fallen out with Moon Unit and the others.
Yeah, and he's actually doing a pledge now to do a law case against his siblings.
Right, okay. Right, Eben, in that case, I'm going to... we'll get him on. Yes, we will get Dweezil Zappa on. That's happening. We're coming down on Dweezil's side in the Zappa family argument, are we? We've made that point. OK, that's good. Well, dear listener, 1 hour down. 2 more to go. We have no calls lined up, so now would be an excellent time for you to pick up the phone and give us a call. We're having a kind of nice, laid-back Friday show. No stress, nothing too heavy. It's been a heavy old week. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. You know the drill. Give us a call now and Kath will phone you back. 0344 499 1000. 0344 499 1000. Anything goes. Late Nights with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Living on free food tickets, water in the milk from the hole in the roof where the rain came through. What can you do? Ooh. Tears for the little sister, crying 'cause she doesn't have a dress without a patch for the body to go. Oh, but she'll know, she'll get by, because she's living in the love of the common people. Smiles in the heart of the family man. Her daddy's gonna buy her a dream to cling to, and her mama's gonna love her just as much as she can. She can. It's a good thing you don't have bus fare. You'd fall through the hole in your pocket and you'd lose it in the snow on the ground. Walking to town, honey child, you're trying to keep your hands warm, but the hole in your shoe lets the snow come through and it chills the bone. Oh, you better go home where it's warm, and you will live in the love of the common people. Smiles in the heart of the family man. Your daddy's gonna buy you a dream to cling to, and your mama's gonna love you just as much as she can. She can. You know that living on dreams ain't easy, but the closer the knit, the tighter the fit, and the chills stay away. Or you take them in stride, the family pride. You know that faith is your foundation, with a whole lot of love and a warm conversation. And of course there's prayer, making you strong where you belong. And you will live in the love of the common people. Smiles in the heart of the family man. Your daddy's gonna buy you a dream to cling to, and your mama's gonna love you just as much as she can. She can. Oh yeah, you're living in the love of the common people. Smiles in the heart of the family man. Your daddy's gonna buy you a dream.
Catherine, come and join me. Come and join me, because my voice is going. There's a brilliant bit in there. Listen to this. The bit where he goes, ha! Oh, God. You sorry, did I make you jump? A bit, put your headphones on, because there's a cracking bit in this, right, where it's a little bit flat. Leonard Nimoy's records, I've got a lot. He did about 5 albums, right? But listen to this bit where he's coming to the end. And you know, at the end of a good pop song, listen to, hang on a minute. We're gonna do this. I don't know if I've got the iPod with me. We're gonna do this, Kath. We're gonna deconstruct the lyrics and the music of Leonard Nimoy. Right. You get the end of a good pop song. What happens? What happens at the end?
Fade normally.
No, yeah, but okay.
Or a cha-cha-cha.
But what does the singer do?
Oh, they ad-lib.
They scat. They ad-lib. Listen, this is the end of I'm a Believer, right? Listen to Dolenz. He's going for it. Go on, Dolenz. He's freestyling, right?
Yeah.
So Leonard Nimoy's getting to the end of the common people, and he wants to freestyle, but he hasn't got it. He hasn't got the vocal chops. So he does something very powerful. He knows it's coming up.
She can. Oh yeah, you're living in the love of the common people. Smiles in the heart of the family man.
Oh no, it was just that.
Oh yeah. Gonna buy you a dream to cling to, and your mama's gonna love you just as much as she can. She can. Oh yeah, you're living in the love of the common people.
He did about 5 albums, and there are lots of women that find Leonard Nimoy very, very sexy.
Yeah, not me.
Whose autobiography? Guys, I need your help on this. I was reading a woman's autobiography. I know exactly who it is. And, can't remember her name. This woman who wrote this brilliant book, quite a good book. I thought about getting her on the show, but the book wasn't actually, I don't think, held up that well.
Okay, so don't name her.
Why? Well, no, she's not coming on the show because I don't think she should. But Keith Moon Stole My Lipstick. And it's about this young lady who worked for, like, a fan magazine in the 60s. And she got to hang out with all the rock stars, and Keith Moon stole her lipstick. And it's quite interesting. 60s and 70s. It's quite interesting. She got sent on a photo shoot with Leonard Nimoy and fell in love with him.
Oh, really?
And they had an affair. Yeah, they had an affair. And a lot of women find Nimoy hot.
Maybe he was better in the flesh, because sometimes it doesn't come over, does it, on screen?
Yeah, maybe.
Like, Mick Hucknall must be gorgeous in the flesh, because he was very successful in the 90s, and I just don't know why.
I know why. He's got a massive dick.
Yeah, but, right, people say that. Can we deconstruct that?
You can deconstruct it.
People say that, but you have to get past the face to be able to see the...
Word gets around. Word gets around. We know what you ladies are like.
Well, no, maybe I'm just not as shallow as other people, but I would not bypass a face for a Todger.
Okay.
Just as a rule. It's just a little rule I've got.
Oh, you've never lived. I would. And there's a brilliant story in this Leonard Nimoy film, For the Love of Spock. It's such a good film. Where he ended up in some like teen magazines, right? Like there's one that's actually got a picture of it, the Monkees and Paul Revere and the Raiders and Herman's Hermits and Leonard Nimoy, and they made a mistake in printing of the article. Instead of printing the fan club address or the Paramount Studios, they printed his address in there. And his son talks about how they would get literally truckloads of mail would rock up, and their family time would be the family sitting around sifting through this mail, passing them a picture to sign, and then they put it back in a stamped dressed envelope. Wow. Do you remember back in here's something. SAE.
Yeah.
Stamped dressed envelope. But do you remember in the 70s there was and it got phased out in the mid 80s, the SSAE.
Stamped, self-addressed?
Self-stamped, addressed envelope, for all you posh people out there. The SSAE. Do you remember that?
Not really.
Pick a song, pick a number between 1 and I'm going to say 20.
All right, 15.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We've had that one. That's Bilbo Baggins.
Oh, man. 12.
I'm going back 14, 13... 12. Oh, classic. Yeah. Swampy.
I left a good job in the city
in Star Trek,
working for the man every night and day, and I never lost 1 minute of sleeping, worrying about the way things might have been. Big wheel.
Let's jump to the end. Let's hear him scatting.
Well,
rolling on the river.
Rolling.
rolling on the river.
I sang that song once with a band, and I don't know half the lyrics.
Reeling. Oh, it's you done it. Reeling. I only want to help you, Reeling.
Is it pumped a lot of tanks in New Orleans? What is it?
Left a good job in the city. I've got to do it fast. Working for the man every night and day. But I never lost 1 minute of sleeping. Wondering about the way things might have been. I said the big wheel keeps on turning. Proud Mary keeps on burning. Yeah. Rolling on the river. Left a good job.
No.
Back in the first verse. I'm going to go around again. Another man in New Orleans. I've got to go again. But I never lost 1 minute of sleeping. Wondering about the way the big wheel keeps on turning. That's the trick. Proud Mary keeps on rolling. We're going rolling on the river. Pumped a lot of gas out in Memphis.
No, it's not that.
What is it?
Is it cleaned a lot of plates in Memphis? Pumped a lot of tanks down in New Orleans?
Hang on a second. Let's hang on a minute.
But I never saw the good side of the city until I hitched a ride on the Riverboat Queen.
There we go. Hang on a minute. Here we go. Right, here we go. This is the best version of it.
Okay.
the tempo right as well.
Better be Tina Turner.
Spot on tempo. Here we go. They took a job in the city. Worried about the man every night and day. He doesn't know the words.
Oh, it's Elvis. He didn't know half the words.
He doesn't listen to him.
Get Tina.
I'm in the city, working on the man every night and day. And I never lost 1 minute of sleep, worrying about the way things might have been.
He's literally just making that up as he goes along.
Of course he is.
He's making that up. All right, here we go.
Oh, yeah. Every now and then, we like to do something nice
Why
and
did
easy.
you do it so
You know?
slow?
It peps up.
Every now and then,
All right.
I did this version.
I think you might like to hear something
Crowd went
from us.
wild. Nice. And easy.
Easy. There's just one thing.
Job down in the city.
You see, we never,
What is this?
ever do nothing.
I can Tina. Oh, no, it's good.
No, it's rubbish.
Get past this bit and it kicks in.
I just want to know what the words are.
Hang
Boring.
on, keep going.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Oh, man, you're
We've got to
missing
go
a trick.
to the, all right, we'll go for the original. All right, here we go.
Are we ever going to work out this
Yeah,
lyric?
yeah, it's the original.
Left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day. But I never lost 1 minute of sleeping, worrying about the way things might have been. Big wheel keep on turning, primary keep on burning. Rolling,
We know this bit.
rolling, rolling on the river. Cleaned a lot of plates in Memphis.
Cleaned a lot of plates
In Memphis. And then
in Memphis.
And then it's this bit.
Pumped a lot of men
What?
down in New Orleans. Is that it?
No.
Pumped a lot of
Men!
down in New Orleans, but I never saw the good side of the city till I hitched a ride on a riverboat queen.
Oh, it's just...
Pumped a lot of men.
Pumped a lot
Wow.
of men.
Who knew? I guessed right.
0344. Lee will come to you in a minute. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. You're listening to Iain and Kath's Music Club. Coming up next, we'll be deconstructing Ticket to Ride, but the Carpenters version.
Late night Iain Lee.
On air and off the leash.
On Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Funny comments. For example, there's a new comment from someone on my IanLee.com about the Mean Show. I saw the tweets and figured out what you were doing. I get the point you were making, but the thing is, your intended audience either wouldn't see it or wouldn't get it. Whoa, dude.
Gosh.
There is enough of the mean stuff out there. I know it's there. I know their views, and I know I don't like them, so I choose to avoid it when I can. I temporarily unfollowed you on Twitter. I'm usually a podcast listener, but I'll delete this one. I don't think that makes me entitled. I wasn't talking about you when I said entitled at all. There was talking about some specific examples of people who phoned up to complain.
The assumption that we are talking about you kind of...
Well, yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Everyone who assumes that I'm talking about them in the entitled thing, well, I probably am, actually. By the way, thank you for writing this. I'm just writing, picking on this because it's just popped up. It just means I'm exercising choice. The dozen or so tweets I read before I'm following just made me a little more sad about the depressing direction society is heading in. I look for places that don't feed your hate. I hope your show continues to be one of those places. Please don't do it again. Well, I'm tempted to do it again. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Don't tell me how to do my job. Don't tell me how to do my job. And I'm really, if you like every show I do, I'm doing something wrong, guys. I'm doing something wrong. So yes, you are expressing an air of entitlement.
Can I just also make a little comment?
Yeah.
He's already got a producer.
Tracy, it's Tracy. Yeah, Tracy, you are displaying a sense of entitlement that every night the show should be me going, oh, bums, oh, fannies, oh, God, the monkeys, oh, flipping it, the Beach Boys, oh, I want to kill myself, oh, God, oh, I'm so depressed, cheese, Edam, butter, Marge, oh, I'm gonna kill myself, oh, we got one of the Beach Boys. That's not what it's going to be every night. Some nights it's going to be stuff that you guys don't like, you know? And isn't that weird? Isn't that weird that I'm deliberately doing stuff that some of you guys won't like? By the way, that was a perfect 20-second encapsulation of what the show is normally like. And what the show is like for most of the time. It's like, tonight's show, because I'm not feeling great, is a functional show. It's all right. I would say this is probably one of the worst shows I've done in the last 2 months, right? And to you lot, it probably sounds okay. It sounds all right. But to me, it's awful, and it's like crawling through mud. You know, it feels like a terrible show. But you'll be finding it all right. So if you're finding it all right and I'm finding it terrible, should I be doing this every night? Well, no. I'm going to challenge myself, and I'm going to push myself, and we'll do more themed shows. And you know what? Sometimes they won't work. And sometimes we'll get halfway through it, and me and Kath will look at each other and go, you know what, it's not working. Should we bail out or should we carry on? And then we'll make a judgment call.
The thing is, there are plenty of shows out there that are...
This isn't aimed at you, by the way, Tracy,
No.
that sent me that message. This is just my thinking aloud on it, so don't take this personally.
There are plenty of shows out there that are aimed at doing the same thing all the time, and that's cool.
Yeah. I've always hated... OK, well, it's 16 minutes past 9. That means it's time for your horoscope.
Or, another one is, you may think this, you may think that. Give me a call.
Yeah. So, we're going to do... and again, this isn't aimed at you, Tracy. It's just it's popped up. This is aimed at everybody who listens to this show. Get a life. Get a life. Stop listening to this rubbish. You're not going to like everything I do. And that's great. And that's great.
And we are going to try stuff.
And if you switch off during the show, I hope you'll come back the next night. And if you don't, okay, well, then I'll have to take that. I'll have to take that hit. I hope you'll stick around and try and get through the experiments with me. But if you don't, that's, it's all groovy, man. It's all groovy. Speaking of groovy, it's Lee.
Good evening, boss.
Evening, Lee.
How are you?
Not very good.
Oh, all right. I never asked. Let's forget I asked.
Let's forget you asked. What you got?
I felt like I was invading a private music party with you and Kath there.
No one's... Listen, it's Friday. Everyone's out at Christmas parties. We've only had, 15 calls in the first hour. That's more than some places. And the phones have gone a bit... I knew they'd go... Thing is, next week, for phone calls, it's going to be a tough gig. There's going to be a tough old gig because people will be away or at Christmas parties, or it's going to be a tough old gig.
There'll be a lot
week.
of people passed out.
Yeah, so
I'll be here, so I'll give you a call.
I'm expecting everything to slow down over the next week.
Oh, never mind. Anyway, you was talking about stamps addressed envelopes.
Yes.
It made me. Do you remember the good old days of having to cut a little coupon out of your comic or your magazine?
Yes.
If you're buying something for like £2.50, you'd go down the post office, you get a postal order, those old things. You put stamps on it to make it to the right amount, you'd send it off, and then you'd wait about a month or even longer before your £3 item turned up. It was terrible.
I don't think I ever sent a postal order because they cost you more money. So if it's like £3, you had to spend like £3.20 or something.
Yeah.
You had to pay like a little surcharge or something. So no, I don't think I ever did a postal order.
I did for the Dennis the Menace fan club.
Only
time.
The Dandy fan club I was.
I was in both, so deal with it.
Wow, double agent.
I'm just remembering as well, the only time I ever entered a competition that required me to write an answer on the back of a postcard and send it in was Saturday Superstore, I think it was.
Oh!
Yes.
Funny you should mention that, but go on.
Yeah, I would have been 12, maybe 13. 13, actually, because I was out delivering free newspapers. I remember praying to God that I would win. I'm actually doing a proper prayer that I wanted to win. And it was to win a load of Star Trek stuff. It was to win, like, the pilot episode and loads of videos and stuff like that. And I didn't win, so that proves there's no God.
Oh, no.
Never mind.
I remember buying, I think what I sent off for my Dandy catalogue was those glasses that made your hands go X-ray. X-ray glasses.
X-ray glasses, yeah.
Do you remember those? They were cool.
Yeah. We're in danger of doing old sweets.
No, it's all right. I was just changing the subject.
Good.
You mentioned Saturday Swap Shop or whatever. Do you see that Noel Edmonds is bringing back the Swap Shop for Christmas or something on, I think it's Channel 4?
Well, he won't be. We're doing one of his Noel's Christmas presents things that he does every flipping year, won't he?
I was just flicking through the the 14-day bumper edition, Radio Times.
We have that on our coffee table, and I looked. I walked past it today, and I went, I'm never going to open that because I don't care what's on Christmas TV these days. It was always like the big movie. Which big movies would be on? Well,
yeah,
we've seen them because they'll pop up on online.
It's Frozen as well, isn't it? Everyone's seen that.
Oh, everyone's seen Frozen. The boys are bored of Frozen. But I mean, what was that on BBC One or something? Well, that BBC One. Shame on you. Sack everybody. Tony Hall, hang your head in shame. And close your doors down.
I liked Frozen when it came out, but having sat through it a million times and heard the songs over and over and over and over and over and over and over, I don't need to hear it again.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Lee, have you not seen it? It's worth... Now, here
it's beautiful. It's a beautiful film.
Now, there's a gentleman called Scouse Frank who emails.
Yeah, and boy, does he email.
I guess his real name is Rob Morrow, because that's the name in the email address.
Wow, it's a cunning disguise.
If you want to email, you can. You go to talkradio.co.uk. And it's very, very rude stuff.
Yeah.
Carol Vorderman...
Oh, it tends to be about her as well, even though she doesn't work here.
Is a... I don't really want to say the word cock.
Oh, don't say it then.
Okay, Carol Vorderman is a bleep-hungry cow.
Wow! Wow!
She needs... Then I can't read the next two words due to her age.
What?
Like, she needs...
Replace the words.
I can't even hint it because it's so vulgar.
She needs what?
First word's deep.
Flipping Nora!
Due to her age. She needs to relax the money game and go for deep.
Wow.
Can't read that bit. And then the last line is, have you ever masturbated your cock? What?
My what?
Cock.
My what? I ain't got one.
Rob, what the hell are you thinking of sending me this stuff? Time after... Every night you send this stuff, man. What the hell is wrong with you, you sexual deviant? You absolute pervert. We can work out where you live as well, I think. If we get the IP address, which we can from this, we can work out where you live.
Yeah, we'll send a letter to your mum.
Yeah. So stop it, for crying out loud. We may well have had our last phone call this evening, which is fine, which I'm fine with, because I don't think anybody's actually listening this evening. If you want to call in, you're more than welcome to. 03. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to turn Periscope off. That's what we're going to do. 0344 499 1000. Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. If you don't want to give us a call, you don't have to give us a call, of course. We'll just sit here and we'll just chat for the next 30 minutes. Then after midnight, we're going to try possibly the last regular straight to air, possibly. But we'll see how it goes. I kind of straight to air. Okay? The way let's go back a bit. The way the phone-in radio show works is, I sit here and talk. You phone up. You'll speak to a producer or a tech op, and they will take your name and your number. Generally, not on this show, but generally they'll ask you what you want, and then they'll call you back if they feel it's appropriate, or they may not call you back. And what straight to air means is I have a switchboard in front of me, and you don't speak to a producer, you don't speak to a tech op. I just see a line flashing, and I touch the screen, and suddenly you're on the radio. And Tommy Boyd did it in the 90s with the Human Zoo. I did it 13 years ago with a thing called Triple M. Clive Bull used to do it with a thing called Bob's Tea Break. And when, 12, 15, 20 years ago, it was, I think, quite a dangerous thing to do. It's not that dangerous because you've got a dumb button and you recognise the numbers as they come up on the screen. So it's not that dangerous. But it was kind of quite an exciting thing to do. And people would phone up and see if they could catch you out by swearing or saying something rude. Or quite often a lot of people just phone up just to see if it worked. And when they realised it worked and they were on the air, they had absolutely nothing to say and they would put the phone down. But I kind of think now, what year are we? 2012, something like that. That there are so many ways. We have so many outlets for communication, for expressing ourselves, for performance, for sharing stuff. Whether it's songs we've done or videos we've made, or Vines, although that's going. There are all these different outlets that actually phoning up a late night radio show unscreened. There's no even saying it now, it sounds really old fashioned, doesn't it? There's no thrill about it.
Plus, the rest of the show,
yeah,
there are no rules for it. It's not like you're suddenly allowed to go freestyle. You can do that anyway.
Yeah. So, we'll do it tonight. We'll do it. I tell you what, we'll do it tonight, and tonight will be the swan song. And I'm not saying never. I'm not saying we're never going to do it ever again. We will do. We might do a whole show of it at some point. I might just suddenly. What did Nick Abbott used to call it? Nick Abbott used to do it. It was just call it something like we're going to run through the switchboard now, and he'd just fire. I remember. You have to be of a certain mindset to be able. You can sneeze.
I'm trying to hold it in.
You have to be of a certain mindset to be able to host a phone-in, a straight-to-air thing. You have to be ready to be insulted and all those kinds of things. And didn't Charlie... Now, some geeky radio people listening will know this better than me. Didn't Charlie Wolf, when he was here on like a Christmas show or a New Year's Eve show, try and do straight-to-air? And I think someone came on and called him a tit. And he's like, we're not doing this.
He pulled the plug, did he?
I think, did that happen, dear listener? You'll know better than me, because I'm a radio geek, but my memory is failing me. Did that happen? Did Charlie Wolf do a straight-to-air over Christmas at some point, and someone was very rude to him? You've all heard the clip of Charlie Wolf fainting, of course, haven't you? Haven't you? I wonder if I've got it on my computer, because I might have... Oh, here we go. It comes straight up. This is Charlie Wolf years and years ago on a radio station in Ireland. It's not the best quality, but it's... if you stick with it... Hang on a second.
Let me see. Where are we here?
Here we go.
Excuse me. A friendly soccer match between the Czech Republic...
He's struggling.
And Yugoslavia was... delayed by over half an hour when the Yugoslav team.
Beautiful. Here it comes. Charlie.
Sorry, you all right? Sorry, folks, back in a sec.
Oh, isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful?
Wow.
Why don't more... I mean, I've thrown up on air, but you wouldn't have heard it because I had my microphone turned off. I had a terrible migraine. I was talking about this last week, so I don't... you would have expected... There are a couple of clips of... I think it's TV, of an American reporter, a woman, who suddenly starts talking nonsense. It's like she's talking in tongues. She's like going, and it's people thought it was a prank, but she says she suddenly got hit by a migraine or something, and it froze her. But does anyone remember that? I could spend I could. I'm sure I remember that. Don't take it personally, guys, when you get cut off. Guys, don't take it personally when you get cut off. People are taking it personally, they've been cut off. Everyone gets cut off, guys. Don't do that. Otherwise, we're going to have a serious talking to. I think there are a couple of clips of people suddenly getting struck by migraines and losing the power to speak. I'm losing the will to live this evening. Honestly, I feel absolutely ropey. And I know that I'm going to get no sleep tonight. I'm not going to be able to sleep. And I've got a long old day with the boys tomorrow. Then up early Sunday because they're all going off. They're all going off to Sweden. So it's going to be. I can sleep Sunday. I guess I can sleep Sunday.
Just get to Sunday.
Have you done 0344 499 1000? By the way, have you? No, James, it won't work. James, if you email me your number, we'll call you. If you email me your number, he's calling from Los Angeles. He's the guy that's going to get you a TV series in Los Angeles. Bearing in mind.
He said that a while ago and I've not had a call yet.
And he worked over here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Thank you. Here we go. This is the reporter. This is a TV. Thank you, Nick. This is why these people are good. Here we go. Take a second to boot up. This is the reporter.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Pat Harvey.
And I'm Paul Majors. Country trio Lady Antebellum was the big winner tonight with 5 Grammy Awards. Rapper Eminem, the big shocker, winning only 2 despite 10 nominations. CBS 2's Serene Branson is live at the Staples Center with highlights and backstage coverage we're seeing for the very first time. Serene.
Well, a very, very heavy rotation tonight. We had a very Darrison bite. Let's go to Terrace and those for the head of the pit.
Oh, gosh, that's
terrible. Did you see the footage?
No.
Because she looks she's a typical. There we go. Let's watch this again.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Pat Harvey.
And I'm Paul Majors. Country trio Lady Antebellum was the big winner tonight with 5 Grammy Awards.
Normal.
Rapper Eminem, the big shocker, winning only 2 despite 10 nominations. CBS 2's Serene Branson is live at the Staples Center with highlights and backstage coverage we're seeing for the very first time. Serene.
Look at the panic in her eyes, though.
Well, a very, very heavy rotation tonight. We had a very Darrison bite. Let's go to Terrace and those for the head of the pit.
Oh! We had a very heavy birtation.
I mean,
thank you, Nick. Thank you so much.
Not even decipherable, is it? I don't. Poor woman.
Yeah, we have a very heavy birtation. God, look at that! It's you know you're having a slow night on the phones when you see Ken calling in and you think, oh, brilliant! I get 3 minutes. I haven't got to work so hard. A very heavy birtation. The human brain. Well, the human brain is a weird old thing.
It's mysterious,
and we know nothing about it at all, whatsoever. And you would imagine that there would be more. Oh, hang on, what's this? Why is there a woman drawn? I'm about to fall down the rabbit hole. Let's fall down the holy rabbit hole. Yes, Ken.
Good evening, Ian.
Ken, if you phoned up to talk about Jesus, do you know what? I'm not really in the mood.
Ian, I just want to talk to you tonight.
Is it about Jesus?
I want to talk about you. I heard what you just said there. Listen,
hang on a minute. Which bit did I just say?
You are a precious man to God.
No. When I said I don't want to talk about Jesus, I kind of meant the Holy Father as well. I just don't fancy it, Ken. Your calls are quite boring. Well, and I know they mean a lot to you, right? But can I speak honestly and can I say something honestly and openly to you?
Sure you can.
I don't think you're well, because to wish to bear witness as much and as aggressively as you do, Ken, it makes me very uncomfortable, and also I find it quite dull. If I'm being completely honest, and I'm trying to make a show that's not dull. So I don't, and I'm not anti-Jesus. I don't hate Jesus. I've got friends who are Christians, and I've dabbled with it and all of that stuff. But I just don't really fancy it on the show tonight, Ken.
Can I be honest with you?
Please do.
Right. Depression is a horrible thing, as I understand, but there's a cause for much depression, Ian, and the cause is a rebellious spirit towards God.
Ken, you're actually talking quite dangerous bollocks now.
This is the truth.
No, it's not, Ken. And sorry, maybe it is. Sorry, Ken. When did you get your doctorate? You're a trained doctor, yeah?
I have knowledge about...
Right, so Ken, how do people get cancer? Is that because of a rebellious nature towards God?
No.
Right, thanks very much for calling, Ken. You idiot.
He took it there. Wow.
You absolute idiot. It's a disease, mate. It's a disease, and sometimes it's a disease that can be traced back to events that happen in your life, and sometimes it's a chemical imbalance. And there may be other reasons. Having a rebellious nature towards God is not one of them, you utter prune. You utter cheese. Ah, dear.
The worst thing is that some people hear that and believe it.
Well, that's why I stopped him in his tracks. How do I... All right, hang on a minute. Let's phone... let's go to a break.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Right, let's 001. Is that how I do America?
Yeah.
310. What's that? That's New York, isn't it?
Yeah, don't do his whole number.
Or is it LA? Is that New York or LA? We'll find out. Well, it doesn't look... let's see. Oh, it's West Los Angeles, California.
Is that Hollywood?
Hollywood, isn't it?
Hello?
Don't say hello as though you don't know who's calling you up.
You tell me off for that.
Well, it could have been anybody. Could have been anybody calling up.
Well, it's... I bet
it called all day.
I bet it wasn't like a Hollywood studio offering you work.
Well, it might have been. You never know. Living in Hollywood, I mean, they phone up every week to offer work. You know how it goes.
And you're just waiting for the gig that you want.
Absolutely. I'm just sitting around, just waiting for the.
Now, listen. For those. No one will know this, but James and I worked together. I don't know, 10, 11 years ago on a series.
Easily.
Easy. On a series on Sky called The Race. And it was the future of reality television, and the main show was. Well, this is the main show was hosted by Denise Van Outen, who is a woman I absolutely adore.
Lovely Denise Van Outen.
She's just the nicest possible person you could ever meet. Absolutely nice. And the premise. Well, you explain the premise, James.
It was just a reality show. Instead of sticking them in a house, we stuck them in a kind of it was a Red Bull kind of hospitality unit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And they stayed in this Red Bull hospitality unit, and we put them at Goodwood Races. Was it Silverstone? Wasn't it?
Silverstone, yeah.
And we taught them how to race cars for the week. So they learned to race minis, and then they did monster trucks. So what's her name? Wrote off a £200,000 monster truck. Who was that? The woman who was. Chris Tarrant's ex-wife. That was it.
Oh, yeah, she did, didn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, flipping heck!
She wrote off one of those, and then it all culminated to that. In the end, that they would race Formula Fords in a race to see who was the fastest. And you had the lovely what's his name, Johnson from AC/DC, your mate.
Oh God! Well, I pissed everyone off on that show. I ended up having to apologise to everyone.
Is that the one Miss Dynamite was on?
Yeah, Miss Dynamite went to hospital, didn't she?
Yeah, well, that's what happened in the end. She crashed at 120 miles an hour headlong into a concrete wall. Yes, it was and that was the end of that series.
And so Denise was hosting the main show on Sky, and I was hosting.
Right.
What channel was it on? Like Sky? I don't know.
Sky 3 or something.
Sky 3. And I was kind of hosting this Big Brother's Little Brother show afterwards, and it was like there was an audience, and I would run around talking to people, and we'd have guests on. We had Richard Blackwood on as a guest, I remember. It was a really nice place. Yeah. And it never came back. And I upset, what was his name? Brian Johnson from AC/DC.
Was that with the kiss comment?
Yeah, because it was the end of the interview, and I went, by the way, we got on really well. And he seemed like a nice bloke with a sense of humour. And I went, by the way, Brian, this is on live TV. Who's the greatest rock band in the world? He went, AC/DC. And I went, no, you're wrong, it's Kiss. Now, coming up next. And he stormed off in a huff, didn't he, James?
Yeah, but the whole problem, they were so up their own what's-it, for the whole of it, because I remember having to go to a production meeting after you'd made that comment, and he was saying, what they don't realise is we're risking our life here. He doesn't realise we're risking our lives.
I didn't know that. I do know that I had to go to the trailer that he was sharing with Gary Newman.
That's an odd couple.
I know. He was Gary Newman and his wig, and I had to knock on the door, and I had to say, Mr. Johnson, I would just like to apologise. It was an off-the-cuff comment. And this is my apology, right? It was an off-the-cuff comment. Obviously, I didn't mean it. Of course, AC/DC rock much harder than Kiss. I had to say that to him!
They rock much harder? Oh, my did.
And he was like, "Oh, it don't matter, lad. You know."
It clearly didn't matter. He was still talking about it the next day.
Oh, and we won't even get started on Nick Moran. He nearly walked. I nearly walked. Everybody nearly walked because me and Nick Moran did not get on at all.
So this was like the early days of reality TV when they were going on it thinking they were still it, whereas nowadays they go on it saying, "I'm going to take the money and run."
Well, I had to make an apology to Mr. I had to apologise to Mr. Moran.
Mr. Moran.
And it was, and I'm good at apologising. I'm quite good at sucking it up, whether I've done wrong, if I've done wrong or not, and apologising if it makes things easier. So I was taken over to him by this producer, a guy called Dan, I think, this little producer man, and he said, "I'll take you over there and I'll stand there with you and I'll make sure it's all right," because he was furious. So I went over to say hello to him, and Dan said, "All right, lads, I'll be off."
Dan!
And I went, "Oh, cheers." I think his name was Dan. Anyway, and I just said, "Mr. Moran, I'm really sorry."
Bearing in mind he's probably the same age as you,
Yeah,
right?
I said, "I'm really sorry for the tone." Well, basically, what annoyed him was I did a report, and I went, "Everybody did really well, apart from Nick Moran, he was rubbish." And I went over to Mr. Moran. I'm so sorry for the my tongue-in-cheek comment was not taken, was misinterpreted as meanness. I certainly didn't mean to be mean. I know you did. And, you know, if someone apologises, you either go, "I'll naff off," or, "Do you know what? You upset me. I appreciate your apology." I got a 15-minute lecture from him.
On what?
He said, "I've looked you up online."
Oh.
And I was doing a programme at the time called The Soup on the E channel, right? And he said, "I'll let you know, Sonny, this isn't The Soup. This isn't the E channel." And instantly I had to swallow the sentence, "Yeah, and this isn't a Matalan advert either." And we eventually made peace, and the programme was fixed, so he got booted off quite sharpish.
That was the day when you could fix those
Yes,
shows
exactly.
as well.
You can't fix them.
No, but we used to do because I did a lot of those supernatural things, you know, with Derek Acora, and I did the first ever.
Don't tell me they're fixed.
I used to love those.
No, they're not. No, well, not as far as with the vet fielding.
Yeah.
So I did the first few live ones of those. I did the first few lives on that. But then we did a thing called Frightened and Famous, where we put a load of celebrities into a haunted house. We did about 4 of those. It's not fun, actually. But of course the votes would come through, and they'd be voting off all the good people. So we literally like one day, you told that to the execs at the back of the truck, and you go, "Do you want him to go?" They go, "No, we'll keep him. Let's get rid of that boring one."
And of course that doesn't happen anymore.
He used to on the last day of filming when they were doing the Formula 4 thing, and it was all kind of live, and I met Bernie Ecclestone and Tamara and all these people, and I upset the girls. They all came down, and I upset the girls because they'd had a really tough week, and I jokingly said,
"Oh God, Ian,"
and we'd kind of got on well. It's a girl from Atomic Kitten and Miss Dynamite and another one, and I said, "Have a great race, do your best, don't crash." And then the psychologist went nuts at me. She said, "How dare you? You put the idea of crashing into their heads."
Yeah, last thing you say to someone.
And I honestly hated the whole week. And so James is in my ear going, "Right, go over there, go and speak to," and I just said, "I'm sorry, James, I can't hear you. It's cutting out, sorry." And I just stood there and didn't go and talk to anyone.
That old trick. Did you know he was doing a trick, James?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You did.
It was a miserable week. You know, there are some jobs are a joy, and that job was, I hated it. I enjoyed working with you. I enjoyed working with Denise, and I enjoyed the programme. I thought it was a decent programme, but
it was just they were so uptight about everything. I mean, the fact that you were marched over to explain yourself to people like Brian Johnson just because he made a joke, it was the most ridiculous thing in the world. And I made that. I made my view quite plain on the thing. But of course, I was
in the meeting, but not. You weren't Dan, were you?
No, do you know what James
was? I wasn't Dan.
James was very kind to me, and he put up with a lot of my insecurities and a lot of my nonsense. Now
we had a lot of fun on our show.
We did. We had a lot of fun. We did have a lot of fun. And I say honestly, you know how Denise Van Outen is on TV.
Yeah.
She's exactly like that in real life. She's so funny. I love her. She's been so kind to me. And now you're in Los Angeles. Have you actually got any work?
Yes, absolutely. I have a show. I think they're transmitting season 1 in the UK. Man, is there a channel called W or L? It used to be Living, but it's now called. I think it's called W.
I know. I think yes, there is a channel called that. I think.
Yeah, well, it's on that midday every day. It's called Judge Faith.
Judge what?
Judge who?
Judge Faith. Faith Jenkins, the lady is called. She's called.
Is it like a Judge Judy type thing?
Yeah, it's exactly. It's a court show.
Beautiful.
It's a court show format. Except we've got a prettier, younger judge who can say stuff like Instagram and Snapchat without spitting, you know.
Oh, good.
She's great. She's great. She's great, basically. I think she was Miss Louisiana. She was a beauty queen, and then I think she was Miss America 2002 runner-up. But then she put herself through law school, and then she became a prosecuting attorney in New York.
Oh,
so, yeah, we have a lot of fun.
I'm going to check it out. Now, how long have you been in the States now, James? Is it about 6 years?
No, I mean, it's not, no, just over three, about 3.5 years.
Is it? Because you won't mind. Maybe you will mind me saying this. In which case, we'll press the dump button. But you went over there because you weren't getting any work over here, were you?
No, it was slim picking. That was the point. Yeah, there wasn't a lot going on. So,
and has it been all right since you've been there? Has it been fairly constant?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, once I got out here and got an agent, it's fine. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been really good. Yeah, can't complain at all.
Can I come and kip on your floor?
Absolutely. You can come and stay in the guest room if you like. You don't skip on the floor.
Oh, he's doing really well.
Somebody's making it big in Hollywood.
I'll take the pool house.
We have a spare room. I don't have a guest room. But we live by the beach. Which is great. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's all good now. Because there's loads more money in it here than there is in the UK.
Yeah.
Had I done the work in the UK that I'd done here, I'd be a multi-millionaire either, because they just get paid a fortune here, because it's all unionised. So.
Well, it's all, you're right, it's all, I mean, I'm kind of, I haven't done TV for a while, and I'm kind of, I've accepted that, although I went for a meeting, I can say this, because I don't think they're going to offer it to me, I went for the meeting for the jump a few weeks ago, just because I could do with a big lump sum of cash right now would be really handy.
What's the jump? What's the jump?
Oh, you'd like this because celebrities get hurt on it.
It's the most dangerous show on the telly.
My first question when I went in for the meeting was, how many of your stars went to hospital last time? They said, well, 3, but only 1 was serious. So they take celebrities, in inverted commas, out to the Alps. And they teach them how to do the ski jumping and stuff.
That's ridiculous. That's completely ridiculous.
Oh, it's everyone's injured, and I don't want to do it. And I said to them, I said, look, I don't want to do this. I could just do with 50 grand, And
strangely, they didn't just give you the 50 grand.
Well, and it was a friend of mine who was holding the interviews, and I thought it'd be nice to see her, and she'll understand why And I was completely honest with her with my reasoning behind going for the meeting and stuff. And I left it saying, I really hope you don't offer me this job because I'll
have to do it.
Well, then this decision will be made. But my TV career is kind of. Is kind of over.
You should do what Danny Baker did. Is go into the jungle, but make yourself so obnoxious in the first week they really vote you out. And spend the rest 4 weeks staying in a luxury hotel.
Yeah, but did you see his tweets about that luxury hotel?
The bar shut at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, he was furious. He said it was like staying in a B&B in Clacton.
The bar shut at 10 o'clock. James, listen. Do you ever get over here? You must get over here. I probably owe you a lunch.
Oh no, you probably don't. No, I was over in October for a couple of weeks because I'm not coming back. So I came over to see Mum and Dad for a couple of weeks because we're going to go skiing on Sunday. Actually, we're going to go up to Whistler in Canada skiing for Christmas.
Oh,
how exciting is that?
That'd be lovely.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I
wanted to call you because because you don't get any bloody callers, but also just to wish you a Merry Christmas and cause a Christian backlash on your show.
Oh God! Don't. Well, James, listen, I always appreciate your tweets and your emails and all those things, and it's nice to hear your voice. And have a lovely Christmas. We'll speak soon.
You too. And it's nice to speak to the woman as well.
Yeah, thanks. About that job.
Thanks, James.
He's gone.
He's
what
gone.
A surprise.
He's gone. Isn't he nice?
Lovely.
Really nice bloke, actually.
I thought TV people were supposed to be sharky.
No, that's why he didn't make it over here, because he was too nice.
Really?
He was too nice. He's got a posh accent, so the Americans will be all over that. They'll be hot for that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to do it. We're going to, the race. I've got them all on DVD in my garage. Oh, it was such a tense week. I've never had to apologise to so many celebrities. Who else was on it? Gary Newman was on it, and he was delightful, really quiet and shy. There's a film out about Gary Newman that I'd like to see. He's a fascinating man. Who else was on it? There was an Atomic Kitten, Miss Dynamite, Nick Moran. A shame he didn't go on, because I like Nick Moran. I think he's a brilliant actor. And we just, we didn't click.
He might have been having a moment in his life.
He might have been. And I was probably having a wobble as well. I'm sure if we met now, we'd shake hands and it would be all right.
His fist to your face, shaking hands.
Shut up, man. I'm trying to think who else was on there. Oh, it doesn't matter. I know I got to meet Trisha because it was her production company. I was really excited because I got to meet Trisha. That was the highlight for me. So, we're going to take calls straight to her for the last hour of the show. I'm not expecting a lot. You can surprise me. But this could be... Well, this will almost definitely be the last straight to air of 2016, guys. So, if you want it, come and get it. You know the telephone number, 0344 499 1000. 0344 499 1000. Don't phone in just yet. Wait until I give you the cue. Okie dokie? You got it? You got the rules? Delightful. This is Late Nights with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Swirls and curls of angel hair, and ice cream castles in the air, and feathered canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds' illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way you feel when every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You'll leave them laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds, I've looked at life that way, but now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed. Well, some things lost, but some things gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all.
Is Joni Mitchell still alive?
Yeah.
Did she get better?
Well, yes, it turns out she wasn't quite as at death's door as we were told.
So is she all right now?
I don't know if she's all right.
Well, has she ever been all right? Line 1, you're on the wireless.
The new sound for Sunday evening on BBC London 94.9 FM continues this weekend with me, Iain Lee, and the lady who does the houses, Sarah Beanie. We'll be talking about relationships and helping you through your problems, won't we, Sarah? Yeah, you see, Sarah Beanie, property queen, she's not even bothered to turn up to record this trail, so it looks like our relationship isn't starting very well at all, is it? We'll also be your guide to the Sunday evening traffic with updates every 15 minutes, and you can nominate your choice of Sunday evening music by emailing now to yourlondon at bbc.co.uk, although we'll only play the ones that I like. That's me, Iain Lee, and Lazy Sarah Beanie, this Sunday evening from 6 on BBC London 94.9 FM.
Flipping
Your voice was higher then, wasn't it?
No. I think that all recordings speed up over time, because you listen to any clips from me from 10 years ago and I sound higher, but I wasn't higher. And you listen to, I bet if you were to listen to recordings of you from 10 years ago, you'd sound
rubbish.
That would have been recorded on cassette. So cassette specifically, I don't know about digital recordings. That was recorded on cassette. I vaguely remember, I do remember doing that show. It was a one-off, BBC London, when it was still in the old place, before What's-His-Face took over, were trying out different pairings of presenters, and they got me in. Now, I don't know if I was at LBC or not. If I'd left, it was certainly during or post LBC. And BBC London got me in. They said, we'd like to give you a show, but we want you to present it with a woman. I was like, all right.
A woman.
And they said, who do you want to present it with? And I went, what about Sarah Beanie? Because I liked Sarah Beanie, and she'd been on Rise. Okay, I'm getting a slight positioning. So we'd met on Rise a little bit, and we got on really well. And she was up for it. And Katia phoned up. Katia phoned up. And it was weird because and they never gave us a regular gig. It was a one-off, and it was never repeated. And it was awful. And we would try. It must have been after certainly. I don't know if I was at LBC or if I'd left. So I was trying to do a more formatted thing, and Sarah Beanie was there because she'd just started a dating website.
Oh yeah, my single friend.
Yeah. And she was going to talk about relating, so we were going to do a mixture of like features and her talking about stuff and people phoning in. But of course, people just phoned in and went Pradeep, Jack Ice, and did all of that. And I'm sort of having to play the way I remember it was I'm trying to play all of this down and go, well, that's great, thanks very much. Anyway, if you want to call in and talk to Sarah about stuff, and of course, no one wanted to call in and talk to her. They just wanted to phone up and go, Jack Ice. I've got a dirty... It's all that stuff.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna... Can we block Scouse Frank? Because it's...
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, all right, fine. Can you block him, Ed? Block him, because he's just obscene. Fruitcake. So that's what that was. Thank you. Gosh. Thank you very much indeed for that, whoever that was, mystery caller, because that blew my freaking mind. For a second, I didn't... I thought the voice sounded familiar. I thought it can't be me because I don't remember any of those words ever leaving my my mouth. We should get Sarah Beanie on the show. I like Sarah Beanie. I've not spoken to her for years. I always thought she was... what's she doing now? A property show?
Yeah, and I think that website took off. I think she's
it did.
Well,
it did. And she told me, this was years ago, so I don't think it's the thing now, but she told me it was like 3 girls to every guy on there.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, but I'm not allowed to say those stats. I have to pretend it's evenly distributed. But basically, there's 3 girls for every guy on there. It's hog heaven. I love Sarah Beanie. We got on very well. She was. I always thought she was very funny. I used to enjoy the Property Ladder. I don't know what she's doing. I don't really watch TV now, so I don't know what's going on. Oh, 0344 499 1000. The last straight to air. We won't get any calls next week. Next week will be tough. Just in time for me to have a cold then. Pair to marry after meeting online when she killed him on Call of Duty. I like this because I can understand how this could happen. In the early days of Xbox Live, I used to play Uno on there, the card game. And I used to play it with a bloke called G-Man. And a couple of other people. I remember, and you had like a little camera. If you had a camera, they could see you playing it. So I remember seeing a naked lady once.
What? Was she playing? Uno.
And so I could falling in love online, playing games. I'm sure that happens all the time. Although I did call someone a very bad word online today because they kept bailing out of a game once they were leaving, which is what I do. I just went, you effing time-wasting C! Line 1, you're on the wireless. Hello? Your phone number ends 3387. If that helps. We can't hear you, but we know you're there. Great call. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Blue. 23, 15, 19, 9, 11, 18, 26, 2.
Just countdown.
2, 24, 21, 17, 19, 22, 22, 6, 21, 1, 23. The weather in Tulsa today is stormy.
Wow, I enjoyed that. Who's giving you grief? Who's giving my mate grief? Darren, Dylan Fly, look at you.
I know, just wondering if the girl in your header picture knows what you're carrying on with.
Oh, look at you, you filthy Dylan Fly. I wouldn't normally say, go and don't send abuse to him, but at Dylan FLI, go and tell him to be an absolute filth bag. Absolute filth bag. Go on. At Dylan FLI. Hang on a minute. Destroy this man. There we go. Destroy this. In inverted commas, man. There we go. Fine. Go get him, guys. Go! 2 love-struck gamers are getting married after meeting while playing shooter video game Call of Duty. I don't understand why this seems to me obvious that people will fall in love. They're sharing the same interests.
Well, as well, gamers, right? And there aren't that many female gamers. So if you find one that gets it, why wouldn't you?
Yes, there are.
No, but what I mean...
Yes, there are. There are loads of female gamers, Catherine. And shame on you for
all right.
Perpetuating stereotypes.
I would say there probably aren't as many as male gamers. True or false?
Line 1.
Hello.
Hello, Line 1. You're on the air.
Ian, how are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. I used to listen to you quite a few years ago.
Uh-oh.
And I'm very pleased that you're back on the airwaves.
No, well, that's
I kind of lost touch with you for a while. I don't know if you remember me, but I actually did a card trick on your radio station. Do you remember that at all?
I'm assuming we're talking about Absolute, are we?
Yes. That was a long time ago.
I don't remember it. If I'm completely honest, no. Sorry,
okay, fair enough.
I say this to everyone. If someone were to phone up and say they were on the show yesterday, in fact, someone did this yesterday. They'd phoned up and they were on the day before, and it took me 2 minutes to realise who they were. Honestly, as soon as a show is done and it's nothing personal, I dump it from my memory. So I remember very, very little of the stuff that I did.
Fair enough, sir. I just wanted to say it's a pleasure to hear you again.
Well, thank you, mate. I'm glad you found us. Weeknights, 10 till 1. Tonight's show's been a bit ropey, so don't judge me on tonight's show.
Oh, I've been listening from the beginning of the week, mate, and I've enjoyed it. It's
beautiful.
been good fun.
Listen, hopefully you'll come on and you'll do another card trick one day.
Oh, without a doubt, sir. Yeah, because it was a very memorable one from my point of view. Obviously not yours, but mine it was. Yeah.
No. All right. Well, listen, nice one, man. I'm glad you found me again. Thank you very much indeed. Adamfi is telling me the show with Sarah Beanie was in December 2007. I left LBC November 2007 and started at Virgin in January 2008. It's always good to know that there are people who know more about my career than I do. Okay, so it was just after. Okay, all right. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Christmas time, la 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 la. Christmas time, la 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 la. Christmas time, la 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 la. Christmas time, la 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 la.
Oh no! Don't stop! Oh, I was going to record it and send it to Kelly. Okay, cool. Straight to air.
Unmissable late night radio with the original king of unconventional conversation.
Make contact with Iain.
Late night Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm not brilliant. It's
no.
a bit of a crap show tonight. This happens.
Oh, sorry. I haven't been listening, but I thought I'd give you a quick call because I'm never normally up and listening. But I wanted to call about Hip Hip Hip.
Yes.
Because ever since it's first come on the scene, it's bothered me about where the extra hip came from.
Yeah.
And then I think I worked it out.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if anyone else has ever come up with a theory, but I thought I'd give it a go.
Go on.
Well, it was when I completed this famous or well-known phrase, which is, the sun has got his hat on, hip, 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 hooray. And it suddenly occurred to me that perhaps that's where Charlie got his extra hip from, was that he thought that's where the hip, hip, hooray came from.
Well, the hip, hip, hip,
hooray.
is a military thing, I think we established. So they do it in the military, but I don't think anyone has explained why they do it in the military. So your version is as good as any we've got so far.
But the hip hip comes, the hip hip or the hip 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 comes from the military?
The hip hip hip
comes from the military.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
No, I thought it was. No, well, I was a bit disappointed. Here was me thinking that Prince Charles's life was full of people just singing "The sun has got his hat on" to him or something like that.
The one verse that his dad would like. Line 2, you're on the wireless. Oh, is that Peanuts? Turn that crap off. We hate Peanuts here.
The Peanuts movie.
Oh, God, what a waste of my life that was. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Hi, am I on?
Yeah.
Oh, great. I'd like to know, who are your favourite DJs to listen to when you're not working or watching television?
There's quite a long list at the moment because there's some good stuff on. Music, I like Radcliffe and McConey on 6.
Amen.
Speech, I like James O'Brien. I like the Two Mics. I like Howard Hughes. I like Nick Abbott. And I'm a big fan of if any show on Radio 4 where they say, and today hosted by Samira Ahmed. Boom! You know you're going to get a quality program. I think she's fab.
How about podcasts?
I don't really listen to podcasts. I like the Josie Long show that's on Radio 4, and I can't remember what it's called. I've got all those downloaded.
Shorts.
Yeah, I don't really listen to podcasts.
Shortcuts. I do. I like Adam Buxton.
Oh, yeah.
And Scroobius Pip.
Adam Buxton, yeah. This American Life is one of those shows which is a bit like The Wire, which everyone says they like and they listen to, and it's like a cliche to say that you like and enjoy listening to. But it's amazing. Genuinely, 45 minutes whizzes by, and you will not regret listening to any of those
podcasts.
episodes.
What's your name, friend?
Lewis.
The thing I find with podcasts, there are just there are just so many different ones. I don't know where to start. I've listened to flipping it. You all right?
Me?
Yeah. What happened there?
Oh, sorry. No, I'm fine. Sorry, I'm just walking home and the bus is leaving. Sorry.
That's right. I don't really know where to start, and I don't really have time because there is so much good stuff on Radio 4 and Talk Radio. But there's so much good stuff on Radio 4 that if I'm in my car and I can't find anything on the radio, I'll think, all right, now's a good time to listen to some music, and I'll put my iPod on and put it on shuffle and hopefully remember an album that I'd completely forgotten about. So I don't really listen to a lot of podcasts, I'm afraid.
Well, thank you for answering my question.
Do I win £5?
And I think it's up to 10 quid these days.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Lewis. What a nice guy.
Very generous.
Very generous. 2, you're on the wireless.
Iain Lee starts on Virgin Radio January 6th. In the meantime, he's bored and calling up his new colleagues.
Hello, Virgin Radio Press Office.
Oh, yes, I'm phoning to inquire about Iain Lee.
Oh, yes, what about Iain Lee?
When does he start?
On Sunday the 6th of January, 10 o'clock.
And be honest, is it going to be any good?
Of course it's going to be good. Can I ask where you're calling from?
Yes. You can.
Where are you calling from?
From the phone. I never used to like him on the telly. Is he going to be better than that?
Tune in and make up your own mind.
Iain Lee.
Thanks very much for your inquiry. Goodbye.
The Sunday night show. January 6th.
quite a nice little trail. I quite like that.
Quite imaginative.
Well, I was at Virgin longer than I was at LBC. And I never felt at home at Virgin and Absolute. I never felt at home. I felt at home at LBC. I felt at home after 18 months at Three Counties. I feel at home here. Virgin Absolute, I never felt at home. And I never really settled into it. I settled in for a period. I didn't get on with my first producer. And instead of going in all guns a-blazing, and I should have gone in full of confidence, and I didn't. I went in nervously. And instead of going and going, right, this is the show, this is what we're going to do.
You let him take it.
I let him have more control than perhaps I should have. I remember the first show was after Christmas, and he said, I've got a great idea for a phone-in. We can do like a swap shop for people who've got crap presents. And I of course, should have gone, nah, I don't think that's going to work. And I didn't. And I was trying to be nice. And I went, and in my head I'm thinking, that's a terrible idea. But I went, yeah, okay, no, let's do that. And we did, and that was kind of the relationship for a while. And then as I started to get more control, he didn't get the show. And it got very
And he got
unpleasant.
used to getting his own way, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's that thing of, we talk about the producer-presenter relationship being 50-50 or 60-40. At the start, it was 70-30 in his favour. And then over time, it kind of went 70-30 in my favour. And he didn't like that. And we just didn't click. We didn't really get on. He's a nice enough bloke. We didn't get on. And it wasn't until Eloise took over. Eloise came and did like some work experience. And, you know, like when we had it, we just clicked. It's like, oh, I want her to produce. And I said to her, look, I really want you to produce. Would you be up for it? She went, oh, yeah, but Davis is doing it. I said, right, I'm going to go in, after a few months, I'm going to go and speak to the boss and I'm going to say I'm going to quit unless you produce. And literally the day I was going to go in, right, the producer phoned me up and said, you're never going to believe it, I've been taken off the show.
So you didn't have to say anything?
I didn't say anything. It was just by coincidence. And I went, oh, no. Oh, that is out of order. Well, I'm going to have a word with the boss. There's probably nothing I can do. I just thought, oh, I dodged the bullet there. Yeah. But I never felt at home there, and that we did some good stuff, but a lot of it was just treading water. That's how I see my time there. You want to say something?
No, I don't think there's any such thing as that, treading water. I think sometimes you have to just... you have to go through things to get where you're going.
Well, if you're... You try saying that to the survivors of the Titanic.
Oh, wow.
Line 1!
Good evening!
Good evening!
How are you both?
Can people stop asking that question?
Health is not
Oh,
in
really?
question.
Sorry. Don't care how you are.
Good, that's better.
Is that better?
Yes.
Good. How is this your last show before the New Year?
No.
Or before Christmas, sorry?
No.
Is this the last time you're doing calls to air straight to air before the New Year?
Yeah.
Oh, well then, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I saw your tweet and I thought maybe it might be the last show before Christmas. So I thought I'd call to wish you both a Merry Christmas.
We are here next week.
Well, in that case, up yours. I'll call you next week.
Thank you very much indeed. Then up yours.
Retract your good wishes.
I like her style. Line 2, you're on the wireless. Can't really hear it. I can't really hear it, I'm afraid. Line 3, you're on the wireless.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I'm Matt. Hello.
Hello, Matt.
I've been thinking about calling for a while about the topic of misogyny and feminism.
Yes.
So I've decided that men need a definition of feminism. And so it's been a while thinking about this, and I think there is one thing that men should decide that they can sign up to if they say they're a feminist. And that is, if you're in a unisex toilet in a pub or a restaurant or something like that, then you need to wipe up, even if that is not your mess, because somebody else is going to have to clean that mess up, and it might be a woman, and it's definitely not their mess. So it's kind of an allegory as well as a
Are you talking
production to do.
about urine on the floor?
I'm talking about urine on the seat, actually.
Oh, God.
because it happens, doesn't it? Because not everybody lifts up the seats.
Yep.
So
I had a chat with my eldest. I had a chat with my eldest son this week in Costa because they get nervous when they go into the toilet, so I always have to stand by the toilets, and he couldn't flush it, so I had to go in, and I said, "Look, now we've made a little mess on the seats. Let's do the gentlemanly thing."
So we all have to do it, don't we?
I refuse to, because men whittle on the floor, right? And some men don't clean that up. And I went through a thing of I would clean that up because I didn't want to walk out and then a woman walk in behind me and she'd go, "Oh, God, that bloke off the telly peed on the floor." So I would constantly be cleaning up other urine off of the floor. And then about 18 months ago, I thought, I'm not doing this anymore. I know, if it's mine, then I'll do it. But I know that urine on the floor is not mine. I used to do it a lot at 3 Counties. I used to do it a lot.
Yeah, I know that wasn't all.
Tim Wheeler.
Yeah. Who? So therefore, however, though, let's spin this around. So if ever you're wondering whether somebody's sexist, says Kathleen Moran, spin it around and put the word woman instead of manning.
Yeah.
So if you're a woman and you go in a toilet, it's never you that's had a little wee-wee on the seats, is it?
Well,
and so it's kind of unfair.
Well, you say that. Some women hover. Some women hover.
Yeah, what do you mean, some women?
Well, I don't hover. I can't be bothered. I'm knackered.
Exactly.
But some women hover, and so they might tinkle on the seat.
I was like, so can we three agree?
Just clean up.
That perhaps the vast majority of the wee-wee we find on seats might have come from men.
Might have come from Catherine. I think that's the conclusion we've reached. Thank you very much indeed.
Late night conversation worth losing sleep over.
Iain Lee.
On air and off the leash.
On Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. The last call straight to air. We are here next week, all next week, Monday to Friday. But just the straight to air thing just doesn't seem to be, I think it's had its day. There might be another way of doing it. I'll have a little think over Christmas. And, we'll wheel it out and dust it off from time to time. But, oh, dearie me. Struggling to breathe here, guys.
I know, you're very bummed up.
2 love-struck gamers are getting married after meeting while playing shooter video game Call of Duty. Oh, we're safe by the bell. Yes, line 1.
If you've got kids, give them a kick, give them a smack, and hey, send them to bed.
Thanks very much indeed. Gary Davey was in an online Xbox match of Modern Warfare 2 when Kaylee Hopgood kept targeting him, so he messaged jokingly, "Please don't kill me." The pair, both 22, continued to chat online before meeting months later at Kaylee's home in Grays, Essex. Kaylee said, "It was nice to put a face to..." This is a lovely story. This is a romantic story. Gary proposed on her 21st birthday last year. He said, huh?
Bit young.
No, what do you mean bit young?
Yeah, a bit young.
No.
Yeah.
He said, "I never expected for a second that I will be spending the rest of my life with someone I met while gaming." Kaylee hated the idea of online dating and never thought she'd end up with someone she met on the internet. Kaylee said, "I guess you never know who you're going to meet over Xbox." I don't really understand Xbox Online anymore. It used to be a very simple system. But nowadays I don't really... I don't get it. It's all too confusing, really. I've lost the will to live. Can we just sack off this last 27 minutes?
No. What's complicated about Xbox?
Oh, Kath, come on.
What is it, though?
No, it's not a question. I've lost the will to live. Go and dig out an interview for the last 15 minutes.
All right. All right.
Do you know what I mean? Do you ever get that at work? I've just lost the will. I've just lost the desire to sit here in front of a microphone and talk. I know that's my job. I know that's what I have to do. But I'm going to take a couple of weeks off in February. I've decided. I'm going to take a couple of weeks off and sleep and that'll be it. And then come back miserable as ever. This is an interesting story. Drunk Dave scares a couple. Fright of the living dead. I heard this the other day. And I couldn't quite work out what was going on. There was a news report. A man covered in blood has fallen through a roof into someone's house. A terrified couple thought they were in the middle of a zombie apocalypse when a drunk student plunged through their roof. Wow, imagine that. Chris and Lou Hepper were woken by smashing glass at 1 a.m. and went out to find a blood-soaked stranger in their garage. Hang on a minute. Line one.
Hello, Ian. It's Keith.
Hey, Keith. How you doing, man?
Listen, man. I've been out this evening and I've been unable to listen to the radio show, but I thought I'd just tune in quickly. And the one thing that I heard was you've lost the will to live.
Yeah.
Why, man? You must be mad.
Well, yeah, I think I am.
No, but listen, that's the reason why I called in. I want to try and provide you with a reason to live.
Okay.
A reason to enjoy life and to be experiencing it. Listen, man, I'm not in the best of states to actually be able to, to argue my case. But the one thing is, I wanted just to.
Are you pissed?
Yeah, of course I am. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm on Tottenham Court Road. I've been working all day, and then we went off to somewhere else and did something else, and just had a few drinks with people. And do you know what we did? We did some community singing.
Oh God!
And obviously I led the choir in the community singing, but I don't know. There are so many reasons, to have a will to live, and I just thought losing the will to live is a really sad, thing to lose.
You're doing a terrible job of talking me off the ledge. You're doing a terrible job.
Well, do you know what? I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best.
Listen, Keith. It's all right. I'm not going to go home and kill myself. I don't think. But I've just got this start of this cold, and it's just really the last hour. It's really hit me, and it's very uncomfortable to swallow, and it's uncomfortable to speak. And I've had arseholes all week having a pop at me, and it's exhausting, man. It's exhausting, and I'm just literally the last 15 minutes. Something in my head has gone, and I'm thinking, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this, man. I want to do something else with my life. Something useful.
Do you know what?
Imagine doing something useful.
What you do is extremely useful.
Is it? Bollocks, Keith? It's sitting here, night after night, talking rubbish. That's it. There's no use in it.
But that's a good thing.
You reckon?
I do. I think it's a very good thing. I think, if it wasn't you, it would be somebody else.
Yeah, right.
So it might as well be you.
Yeah.
And do you know what? If it wasn't you, it would be somebody else who is probably a little bit crap at it. But you're the person who actually does it the best. You know that.
Keith, I'm going to cut you off. There we go. Let's take a break.
Uncut after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation. Late night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
It's wine o'clock, guys. You won't believe whose number just flashed up on my screen. Oh, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe. Oh. Come on then. Come on then. Daddy's ready. Come on then. Come on then. This is not that number, by the way. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Hi, Ian.
Hello, line 1.
Hi, yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. My main reason for calling was actually because I get a bit of a dead spot on the way home from work, and the only way I can pick up the show is if I called in.
Oh, well, there you go. You're not missing a lot. What's your name, caller?
Sam.
Sam, you're not missing a lot tonight, Sam. And there's only 18 minutes of the show left to go.
Well, I enjoy listening on the way home, and just thought I'd make a call. I've actually got something useful for you.
Where have you been, and where are you heading?
I've been working, and now I'm heading home.
Well, beautiful. Hey, what job do you do that means you finish so late?
DJing.
Oh, there you go. Fantastic. Where have you been? Where have you been playing tonight? Do you on radio, or do you do gigs?
No, I do gigs. I used to do mobile, but a residency in a restaurant now.
Oh,
so
how's that going?
Nice
Good?
Christmas party.
Beautiful, beautiful. What is the song that is guaranteed to get everybody up off the ground?
Billy Ocean.
Which one? Going Gets Tough?
Love really hurts without you.
Love really hurts without you. Yeah. Yeah,
that is a guaranteed floor filler.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, well,
I've got some useful advice for you, because you mentioned you've got a cold coming on.
Yes.
And I think I've discovered the ultimate combination to fight off a cold before it hits home.
Give it to me, baby. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Am I allowed to mention
Yes.
company names?
Yes, you are.
Vic's First Defence.
I think I'm too late for the Vic's First Defence.
Oh, then you've got to go on to the Megadose Vitamin C and some Jakeman's candy for your.
Now that's the yellow stuff, isn't it?
No, the Jakeman's are the little black sweets. They're like old school sweets, like menthol kind of licoricey type.
Okay. The first defence thing, right, has never worked for me, and it's quite sore when you shove it up your hooter. It's a little bit sensitive.
Yeah. It's worked for me, and then it burns when it goes into your throat as well. It's
does.
Kind of like taking a bit of a naughty substance.
Yeah. What? When you mean sniffing jalapeno peppers? Do you know what? And I was just thinking this because I had a bit of a cold a few weeks ago. And I was just thinking this week. Oh, it's been well over a year since I lost my voice, and then lo and behold, I start losing my voice.
Oh no!
Never mind.
That's not very good for your job.
No, it's not. It's a real bugger. So I'm going to go for it. Maybe I'll get up early tomorrow and go for a steam. And then go for a steam on Sunday. I just need to go for a steam. I'll go for a steam Sunday morning, then a steam Sunday evening, then a steam Monday morning. I've got a voiceover Monday. Oh, blimey!
You'll be like a steamed cabbage.
Yeah, exactly. But much better looking. Thank you for that. Can scientists... We'll finish off the show normally. Can scientists finally turn back the ageing process? Asks science correspondent Colin Fernandez. Colin, I'll tell you the answer. It's no. No, they can't. Why did Angry Andy call up again?
I think, like you say, wine o'clock.
Wine o'clock.
Very silly, though, because it's all logged.
Yeah, I know. And he's welcome to come on, but I'm going to call him by his real name.
Exactly. Do you know what else is silly, Andy? Is sending threatening emails with your phone number on when you phoned us up.
Listen, dude, of course you're welcome to call in. I mean, an absolute pleasure to chat with you. I had a little sinkage, and you've cheered me up no end, so that's good news. But we'll discuss it. But you'll agree it's probably better if we use your real name, I think, Andy. I think it'd be better if we do that. But you're always welcome to call in, dude. Of course you are. Or we can
call you.
We can call you. I've got the number. I just press call out and it will come up. You can do that. No? Okay.
We could do it on Twitter via your...
We could go to your Twitter account, Andy. Whichever way you want to get in touch, dude. But let's do it on the air. A treatment that could turn back the ravages of time is edging closer after scientists learnt how to reprogram cells to stop them growing old. This sounds like bullshine. This sounds like absolute bullshine. The process involves taking skin cells and making them partly revert to how they were in the embryo. Oh! Mature mice that underwent the process were found to appear younger. How does a mouse look younger, line one? Yes, Manny, I know you're blind, but doesn't mean you can't... your mouth is not near the mouthpiece.
No.
What?
You okay now?
It's not brilliant. What's wrong?
Hang on. What about now?
Well, it'll do.
I just come to say have a nice weekend, both of you, everybody.
Well, thank you, Manny. That's very kind. I was going to have a crap one, but now
you play.
Now that you what?
You play and your Star Wars and.
Are you drunk?
No.
Okay. You feel a bit better than you did yesterday?
Yeah. No better. No drinky.
Good. No drinky. Baddie.
When you're off holiday?
We're in next week, and then we got a week off, and then we're back New Year's Eve, and then I might take a couple of weeks off in February. I've got to work out how much holiday I got left.
February. Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Speak to you next week.
Peace and love, Manny.
Pardon?
Thanks very much for calling. I don't know what is... Translated to humans, it could mean, potentially at least, that the average human would live to be 108. That's the average. So, I mean, some could live to be 120. There's a guy, an old nonce.
Yeah, 101.
101. Hey, and that care home in South London, where everyone who was a resident
was subjected to risk.
So everyone's getting a payout, whether they were abused or not. Everyone's getting a payout. And I've listened to a couple of the people that stayed there, lived there. Oh God! I mean, it was non-stop, constant. Oh,
poor kids.
And one girl escaped, and she went to the police and said, "This is what's happening." And they said, "All right, well," and they took her straight back.
Of course they did.
Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't even bear thinking about. You think that's one care home in South London in the 70s. That care home's been there since the beginning of the 1900s, but I guess the particular area of focus would be the 70s and the 80s. And you think, well, where else was it going on? And then you hear that the government's investigation into child abuse, they're only going to have 4 public inquiries next year, and then probably not going to look at whether Lord Janner actually raped children or not. They're going to look at the systems that were in place around him. So they won't, at the end of it, be able to go, yeah, we know Lord Janner did this, this and this, and he may have done this, and we don't know about that. It would just be looking at the systems. Cover up? What cover up, guys? Line 1, you're on the wireless. Hello? Hello, they've gone. Oh, here we go. The final paragraph on this thing about rejuvenating cells, okay, to make you live longer and look younger. The authors of the report warned that converting large numbers of the body's cells back into stem cells could lead to death.
So you'll either die or you won't.
You know,
it's a 50-50.
You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? You know what I mean? Oh, and there's this miserable man, Michel Roux.
Oh, I used to like him.
Michel Roux Jr.
But his shine has been severely dimmed.
Although Jay Rayner, who I do like, don't tell the two mics I like Jay Rayner, because they hate him.
I quite like Jay Rayner.
They hate him.
Why?
Because he was rude to them in an interview. But they were probably quite rude to him.
I imagine.
I
They
mean,
can hold their own.
I prefer the two mics over Jay Rayner, but I do like Jay Rayner. I do. So I don't want to pick sides in that fight.
He's always been quite pleasant to me.
Yeah, I don't want to pick sides in that fight. Don't want to pick sides. But he tweeted his support for Michelle Roux, and he said that we need to change the pricing.
Well,
no.
I've been a waitress. They could do with that money.
Chef Michel Roux Jr. yesterday admitted staff at his Michelin-starred restaurant do not receive a penny of the service charge added to bills. That's outrageous. It comes days after he apologised following revelations his chefs were being paid beneath the minimum wage. When that controversy broke last month, a spokesman for Le Gavroche, what does that mean?
Well, Le Gavroche. Gavroche is a character in Les Mis, isn't he?
No. But what does it mean?
The Gavroche.
But what does it mean?
It's a
I know what Le means.
It's a boy's name.
What does Gavroche mean?
All right, the little boy from Les Miserables.
Okay, fine.
Does that help?
Well, yes, it does. Someone suggested I get a nasal rinse. Claim that all staff front of house and kitchen share in the 13% discretionary service charge. But the former MasterChef judge has now confirmed that the Mayfair restaurant regards the charge as revenue and keeps all of it. Oh, you miserable, penny-pinching dodgepot. The confession may not go down well with customers who already pay £212 each for the fixed-price menu, prix fixe.
Prix fixe.
What does that mean?
Fixed price.
The service charge adds £27.56. That's per head. You cheeky git. Which many will have assumed was being used to reward hard-working employees. One chef told The Guardian Roux was fully aware that to share the service charge is what the public expects. He was purporting to share the service charge, but he wasn't. We don't do this job for the money, but he makes out that he shares this money and he doesn't. The scandal of restaurants taking a cut of staff tips emerged last year. Chains including Pizza Express and Las Iguanas were found to be involved in the practice. Commenting on service charges, a spokesman for Le Gavroche, which means the little boy from Les Mis, said wages are not dependent on fluctuating levels of discretionary service charges or tips. Gratuities form just one part of the payroll. Each month, service charge is treated as revenue and the restaurant pays all taxes accordingly.
Well, so hang on a minute. So people, are they trying to get around it by saying that there's a service charge, but you can also give them a gratuity? Because people don't. If it's included, they're not
No,
going to.
of course the service charge is a tip. You all know that. Here we go. Roux also announced yesterday the service charge will no longer be discretionary. There is too much ambiguity between service charges and tips. There's none whatsoever.
You put it there.
You see a service charge, you think, oh, I don't need to tip, that's the tip.
Uh-huh.
So from the end of January 27, we are going service included, he said. This will be marked on the bill and menu so as to make it clear that no further payment or gratuity is needed.
Yeah, but will they get some money then? Dodgy.
That's
so dodgy.
I mean, come on.
And the way he spins it is that, he started out and he wasn't thinking about what the money he was earning. Okay, but you are now and you're earning quite a lot more than they are.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Wow.
What
That is mean, isn't it? He seemed like such a nice man.
Well...
They often do.
Greed. You see, greed. It's all about greed. Greed and money. And people get greedy and they see stars in their eyes. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Up your bomb.
Thank you very much indeed, Line 1. Let's end on a good story. Listen to this, I love this. A Beatles magazine found in a charity shop has sold for £6,500.
Oh, that'll do.
It was signed by the Fab Four. Discovered inside a dusty box of records, it had a front-page photo of John, Paul, George and Ringo, complete with autographs. Oh. RSPCA staff took it to Lawrence's Auctioneers in Somerset. It was bought by a Beatles collector with proceeds going to the animal charity. I'd rather, just like a bloke had found it.
And spent it all.
Yeah, the RSPCA are annoying me a little bit at the moment.
Why? What, you personally?
Yeah. Yeah.
What, with their political standpoints?
Sticking their nose in.
Yeah. They found out about your stick insects. Is that one?
I wish that, last one, and I thought they were all dying off. They were all dying off. I was destroying all of the eggs so that no more could be born. they're androgynous, you see, and they're self-perpetuating. And then I told you, they're all dead. I thought, oh, thank God. And then I saw one on the stairs.
The will to survive is strong.
Tiny little one on the stairs, and so I mean, and he'll live for about another year.
It's like Jurassic Park.
And I won't be able to. I can't. Oh, gee, I want to crush him. We've only got 30 seconds left, and this was meant to be the thrust of the show. How sentient are stick insects? Are they as sentient as a stick, or as sentient as an insect? If I crush it between my fingers, is it like snapping a twig off, or is it like killing a beautiful butterfly? On that bombshell, dear listeners, back on Monday. We're here all next week, 10 till 1. Don't forget, you can download the podcast, guys. Go to iTunes, type in Iain Lee. Until next week, ta-ta.
Festive free speech with all the trimmings.
We want our show to focus on the joy of Christmas.
Christmas on Talk Radio.